Welcome to Other Platform. I hope that you can tolerate it. I'm already like, ooh, I miss TTS, ooh, I miss chat redeems, ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, I picked the wrong screen. Ooh, why am I angry? Ooh, here we go. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm angry. I'm angry. Why is my concurrent viewers listed as how to and style? Why is that my category? You're not going to learn to do anything today. And I'm not sure this will be particularly stylish either. Hold on, let me turn on music. Let me find music. I hope you guys are hearing something, because I surely am not. Do I need to wrestle? Hold on. It's playing. Is it muted? No. I think I just need to reconnect my headphones. Hold on. Alright, Bluetooth. Not connected. In this economy? There we go. There we go. That is very much working now. But for some reason, did it stop playing on your end? Unbelievable. You know what? I'm gonna leave it to desktop audio today because I just realized that, like, I don't have anything else running. There's no TTS or anything, so. Severe Twitch withdrawal. Yeah. There we go. You're a bit quiet? Okay, let me turn myself up. I have myself turned up all the way. I don't know if maybe I nudged my, maybe I, like, nudged my, interface. Maybe I nudged my interface a bit, and that's why. There we go. Yeah, I wonder if Twitch redeems will still work. I don't think they will, because, like, so when you, like, you can't have OBS. Well, I guess you can, because some people will dual stream, but, like, at least as far as I could tell, I could only have OBS set to one thing at a time. So, like, I could only have it set to YouTube or to Twitch. So, because, like, you have to connect it with your account. So, I set it up to Twitch, or to YouTube today. So I don't think Twitch redeems will work, just because, like, if you try to go to Twitch and press a button, there's nothing for Twitch to connect it to. So, yeah, I don't think anything's gonna happen. You can try, you're welcome to try, but I don't think it's gonna do anything. Especially since, like, with chat, like, the YouTube chat box is currently attached to my OBS chat, as you can see behind my head, right? So, yeah. I think you need a plugin to do both. Yeah, I think so. Because, like, usually, how you set things up in OBS is that you have to either have a stream key or you have to have it connected to an account. But you can only have it connected to one account at a time, I don't think. I don't think you can do, like, 2 stream keys or something. Yeah. I think Corpse had combined chats. I think the other thing, too, is I don't know what the rules are anymore for Twitch. Because I feel like they change them, like, every 10 seconds regarding, like, double streaming and, like, the rules for that. Because I remember seeing... And the other thing, too, some of it might just be stuff that somebody invented. Like, because I was told for a while, it's like, you can't double stream. And then other people are like, oh, you can't do that unless you're partner. And then some of them are, actually, you can only do that if you're not partner. And then some of them are like, okay, you can, but you have to have the chat separate. Or, like, you have to have some separation. Or, like, some of them are like, oh, you can, but you can't have the YouTube chat on the screen. Like, I don't know. I think it's just, like, one of those things where, like, everything is hearsay, and I don't actually know what the actual rules are about it, you know? Yeah, Twitch doesn't allow merging chat on stream, but you're allowed to do it privately for yourself. Okay. Because I know I've seen, like, a lot of people who stream on both, but they only put the chat from one of them on the stream. Like, the other one just kind of exists in a different dimension, and they don't acknowledge it. Yeah. You can double stream, or Twitch will get antitrust bonked. Oh, okay. Yeah. You can double stream if you answer these riddles 3. Yeah. But yeah, because again, I'm not entirely clear on what the reasons are for it, other than, like, Twitch wants people to stay on their platform. I'm not sure if there is like an actual reason for when they do stuff, but yeah. Yeah. So, knitting. Knitting. The point of knitting today. Today I am knitting a pattern. I went into ChatGPT and I generated a pattern for a small teddy bear. I don't actually expect this to work. It looks plausible enough in that, like, it seems just at a glance that, like, the numbers add up, but I'm not sure exactly what they mean. Because it's like, okay, I feel like ChatGPT generated stuff. It's like an amalgamation of everything else on the internet, right? So, like, if you went to ChatGPT and you asked for, like, a chocolate chip cookie recipe, right? What you would get is a recipe, but, like, if they, like, amalgamate every single chocolate chip recipe on the internet into one, like, horrific creation, I don't think it's gonna be a very good cookie, right? But yeah. It might have just copied a teddy bear pattern. Oh, for, like, from somewhere else. Yeah, that's plausible. But I don't know if it would just, like, copy one whole cloth, right? Because, like, at that point, you could just Google small teddy bear pattern and come up with it. Yeah. What the heck are those emotes? I don't know. Watch my channel more. Tell your friends to watch my channel, and then maybe you'll be able to unlock EGGY emotes. Part of why I'm streaming on YouTube is because I want to be able to get monetization on YouTube. So I can actually have emotes on YouTube instead of whatever it is you guys have been trying to spam. Yeah. It's better for stuff that already exists, but will explode potentially on things that don't. Oh, so what I need to do is, like, come up with a knitting pattern for something that doesn't exist? Like, invent a new kind of thing to knit? And watch as it struggles to figure out what it means? You probably get a chocolate chip recipe that probably works. It would work, yes, as in, like, the end product would be a chocolate chip cookie. But would it be good is the question. Like... yeah, tell your friends to watch Nice EGGY channel. Go loop my videos. Go tell your friends to subscribe. Just 4,000 watch hours? Yeah, 4,000. So the current requirements, I think, are 4,000 watch hours. I think they moved it down to, okay, so they moved it down to 500 subscribers to unlock monetization, but now there's, like, I think multiple levels of it, from what I could glean. So you need 1,000 to unlock another thing, but yeah, you have to get to 4,000 watch hours. I think that's slightly better, but it's still awkward. Yeah, this chat. Is there something wrong with it? Or... yeah, either way, so... I don't know. Tell your friends to subscribe to Nice EGGY and loop my videos so I can get to 4,000. Because currently, I'm at 190 watch hours. Which, to be fair, like... the fact that I have, like, mostly short videos probably doesn't help. Like, you're not really gonna get that many watch hours out of, like, a 3-minute song cover, right? But that's on me. That's on me for presumably making the wrong kind of content. YouTube chat feels strange. It does. It's kind of laggy. Like, it's very, like, the latency is not very good. It's not good. I really do miss the responsiveness of Twitch. That's why, like, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like if I want to do Zatsu stuff, I feel like I need to do it on Twitch, because, like, I'm going to go insane. I'm gonna go insane if I have to do it for, like, you know, reply to something that I said, like, 90 seconds ago. EGGY Ave Maria 10 hours. Yeah, see, that's it. I just need to upload, like, 1-hour loops of all my covers. Yeah. And maybe not uploading EGGY VODs and putting them in a playlist. Here's the thing, do people watch VODs? And, like on YouTube? And, like, this is a completely sincere question. Because, like, I feel like, I guess it's free watch hours, I guess. But, like, because I feel like when I see somebody who's, like, mid-size on Twitch, and they upload their VODs to YouTube, right? On Twitch, they might have like an average of like what, like 60 to 80 viewers. But then on YouTube, all their VODs have like 4 views. And then like you look at even big people, like even someone who's like super huge but streams on Twitch, their YouTube uploads of their VODs usually might have like a couple thousand views. Like, I don't know. Yeah, VODs get interesting months down the line if you look something up. I guess, yeah, but I also don't know how I feel about having like everything I ever say like set in stone forever. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I watch VODs if I'm interested in the stream and I missed it. Yeah, I guess like I mean, I guess some people who stream like very story-heavy games will upload their VODs because like if people miss something in the story, they can like catch up. But yeah, most people put no work into their VOD channel at all. I mean, I feel like that's what become more common is like I see a lot of channels that have like long highlights. Like they might stream for like 3 hours and then they'll post like a 45-minute long highlight video, which I guess is a way to go about it. But yeah, I guess it would just be, it's free watch hours. It's free watch hours from like the 3 people who might watch them. With all due respect to the 3 people who watch them. But yeah, I think I'm going, the other thing too is the Twitch auto backup doesn't work for me. I think it might be, I was trying to figure out a while back, I think it might be because I use a different email address for this YouTube account than I did when I was making my Twitch account. So I think because of that, it doesn't, I don't know, I think that's the reason why it wouldn't let me. But yeah, I tried to like link them so I could back it up and it just like was like, no. Let's go back and rewatch the Eggy Goody Two Shoes run from the start. Now where's the playlist? Yeah, I dislike VODs because I can't stop doxing myself. See, that's the thing, that's what I worry about is like, because it's one thing to have, like, you know, Twitch where, like, if you mess up, if you say something wrong, unless somebody clips it, the VOD will be going away in, like, a month, right? Or, like, 2 months, or however long it is. But, like, YouTube, it's like, oh, did you screw up? Well, that's up there forever. Yeah, you can, like, edit it, or, like, archive it. Not archive, but, like, you know, throw it away. You can delete it, but still, it's like, really? Yeah. Twitch stopped offering auto-upload, but the upload tool should work. Yeah, because, like, the thing is with VODs is because they're such long videos, if I try to upload them, like, my computer used to crash. Not crash, but, like, it would take, like, hours and hours and hours and hours for YouTube to process my stuff. So, yeah. You can instantly delete your VOD. I mean, yeah, but, like, can you edit them on YouTube? I'm not sure. Because I know there's been times on Twitch where I've, like, messed up on saying something, so I would like edit it out of the Twitch VOD and then re-upload that as a highlight, but yeah. That's awkward, especially when you allow a rewind. Yeah, it's not ideal, but I guess there isn't really an ideal. Okay, so teddy bear knitting pattern. What do we got? Worsted weight yarn in desired color. Got it. Knitting needles appropriate for your yarn. Size 7 or 8 is a common choice. They don't elaborate on which system of sizing they're using. So this is size 7. These needles are size 7. But like, because it's like, you know how you have metric and imperial? I think American sizes and British sizes are slightly different. And also like when I was in Japan, they went in millimeters. Like they're just like, yeah, this millimeter is like, you know, 2.5 millimeter circumference needle. So like, I guess this is what they're talking about because it's for use with worsted weight yarn. So I guess this is it. Stuffing material, we'll get that later. Yarn needle, we'll get that later. Safety eyes are black yarn for eyes. I have that around, but we'll get that later. Embroidery floss for nose and mouth. We don't have that, but we'll make do. Stitch markers, we have those, but I will not pull them off. Okay. So, I know how abbreviations work. Okay. And I just realized I'm gonna need to be switching tabs because I cannot... I just realized my YouTube chat does not hook into my sidebar in OBS. Yeah. You could have asked it, why didn't you? You'd probably make something up, yeah. So, okay, so I have to begin by casting on 12 stitches. And this is for the body. I'm assuming that this is not done in the round, because it doesn't specify that it needs to be done in the round. So I'm assuming that this is going to just be done on straight needles, and then we sew it together at the end. Because again, if it was in the round, it would have specified, oh, you need like 3 or 4 needles for this. So. See how this goes. These needles, I'm remembering why I don't use them for stream a lot. They are way too long. They're like uncomfortable to use on a table. They're even sometimes honestly a little, I mean, I think I bought these needles because I was making a sweater and I needed something that could hold like a really wide amount of stitches, but yeah, they're kind of uncomfortable to use. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4 more, okay. 9. 10. 11. 12. Okay, here we go. There we go. Okay. So, we got that. Let's see. Okay, so knit 6 rows in garter stitch. Knit every row. Okay. Yeah, I guess this is for the body. I don't know. Are we doing the legs separately? Yeah, okay, the legs are done separately. Okay. Because I was gonna say, a lot of the time, like, the previous teddy bear patterns I've had usually would, like, they would, like, put the legs and the body as one thing. And then you would do the head separately. But yeah, it looks like this one, the legs are separate and the body is separate. So I'm curious about what this is gonna look like at the end. Because I feel like the legs kind of need... Well, I guess maybe unless you're trying to make one that's more like a sitting... Like a sitting thing. Again, I don't actually expect this to turn out to be usable. Like, I don't have high hopes for ChatGPT. Like, I know there's actually been issues, apparently. I've heard about it happening in, like, Facebook groups and stuff. Where there's people who are, like... essentially just like knitting scammers, I guess. Like, they'll AI generate a picture of a finished project, right? And then when people ask like, oh, how'd you do that? Then they'll like ChatGPT generate a pattern. And obviously it does not work because like ChatGPT doesn't know how yarn works, and neither does like whatever AI picture generator they used. But yeah, I don't know. That just makes me mad. I can't believe like, I don't know, man. You're scamming people out of, like, a knitting pattern. It's like, cool, now that's, like, another thing I need to worry about when I go search up for knitting patterns. Is like, is this item real? Okay, so it was row 2. Okay. Yeah. There's a chance it would be consistent, yes. What I'm actually concerned about at this point right now is everything going to be in a size that matches up? Because from what I've seen, like, it seems that the knitting patterns are going to be consistent. But what I'm curious about is the end result. Like, is the end result going to be, like, how do I say this? The legs, I feel like each piece is going to be internally consistent. But I think that the end result is going to be, like, a bunch of pieces that are, like, all, like, the sizes are going to be all mismatched. That's what I'm predicting at this point. Yeah. Chat, is this real? Honestly, yeah, like, I've run into a couple, like, AI-generated images of knitting stuff, and people are like, oh, this is so impressive. Like, I think I saw, like, one that was of this, like, giant crocheted squid plushie, but it's like, I don't know. When you look closely, it's like, yeah, there's no consistent yarn here. There's not a single stitch here. Yeah, knitting pattern misinformation. Yeah, honestly. Like, it's something else I'm worried about. Because, like, on one hand, I'm like, I feel like knitters are kind of like it's not like it's all like old people, like, but like I feel like knitters are like, you know, they value the organicness of stuff enough that like I don't think it's gonna become too much of a problem, but I do worry about like other people showing up and ruining the party, you know? Okay, so I think that was that row 5 or 6? Hold on. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is the last one. Yeah. Knit formation, yeah. YouTube, yeah. I need to get my, I was saying, I need to get my watch hours up. I want to upload, I want to unlock YouTube monetization. And for that, I need to get my watch hours up. So I think I'm going to try to see. I think for the next few weeks, with a few exceptions, because I know I do have like travel plans and visiting family and stuff. So for the most part, what I plan to do is I'm gonna probably try to stream 3 times a week, and 2 of those will be on Twitch and 1 of those will be on YouTube. I think that's my plan for now, just because like if I can do it consistently, it's probably gonna be good. There will probably be benefits, you know? Knit so fast. Knit so fast. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Wait, hold on. 1. Did I forget how to count? Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this was 6. This is 6 rows. I'm not super confident. Not super confident that this is gonna work. Okay, so 6 rows in garter stitch, knit every row. Okay, row 7. Okay, so knit 4, place marker, knit 4, place marker, knit 4. Knit 4, okay. Not impossible, let's see how it goes. I'm not sure why it's asking me to place the markers. Like, what am I marking? Sew head to the body, attach. Yeah, what am I marking? Like it says place marker, knit 4, place marker, knit 4. Continue in garter stitch, knitting every row and at the marked stitches. Okay, so there is a purpose. Okay. I was gonna say, I'm like, what am I marking? It's like, yeah, just place marker. What are we doing? Why? Who knows? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Eggy on the YouTube. Bobabo on the YouTube. Let me pull up my stitch markers. Hold on. Where's my little jar? Here we go. A rant. It's the rant on the YouTube. Yeah, YouTube pushes karaoke to karaoke listening people, especially if you use the Japanese tag. You know, I should probably do that. Maybe my next karaoke, maybe I'll do it on YouTube. I know there's probably like a whole bunch of like, I don't, maybe I'll have to not archive it, but probably would be worthwhile, I guess. 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Marking just because, just for fun. For fun. Here we go. Dual stream it. Maybe. Yeah, I'm thinking, I'm like thinking of what to do in the next few weeks. Because I know a lot of people do stuff for Valentine's Day, but I don't know if that's 100% my thing. And also I'm not sure like what's happening in my life on that day. But I might do something around Valentine's Day. It might not be on Valentine's Day, but it'll probably be around then. Unarchive and then rerun the karaoke so often. Yeah, but then you gotta get it right the first time. You gotta get it right the first time. If you're gonna rebroadcast that, it better be good. Okay. So there we go. Continue in garter stitch, knitting every row. And at the marked stitches, increase 1 stitch on either side of the marker on every alternate row until you have 18 stitches. So that's only gonna be gonna be only a few rows. And then continue in garter stitch until the piece measures about 4 inches from the cast on edge. How do we got right now? We're at like 1 inch. Okay. And we're starting with 12, so 4, 16. Wait, so if we're adding 1 stitch on either side of these, that's gonna be like, so that's gonna be, so this is 12. We're gonna add 13, 14, 15, 16. Hold on a second. I don't think the math checks out here. I don't think the math checks out here. The math, we're on like the first part, and I think the math already broke. So, yeah, because it's 1 stitch on either side of the marker. But there's 2 markers, right? So if it's 1 stitch on either side, there's going to be 2 stitches. So you're adding 4 stitches. We're currently at 12. We add 4. We're going to get to 16. And then we can't do it again. Also, that's only going to be that's only going to be like 2 rows. Yeah. Step one, and we've already broken it. Okay. Maybe I can fix this. Maybe they mean like on either side of the marker. So maybe if I add 2, you know, I'm gonna assume. I'm gonna hope that maybe it like I misinterpreted it. Yeah, I'm gonna assume I misinterpreted it. And that there's gonna be like 1 stitch on either side of these markers. I think that's how I'm going to choose to interpret this, because that would make more sense. And if I do alternating rows, it's going to bring it to like 3 rows, which makes sense. Maybe I was just like misreading it. I'll give ChatGPT. I'm going to give the robots a benefit of the doubt, you know? So maybe just like on the outside of them. That's where I'm gonna put them. There we go. Yeah. Chocolate baking on Valentine's Day? Maybe. No, what I think I'm gonna do sometime next month, I think, is going to be a kind of a soft launch of EGGY 3D. Because the technology, I don't have the technology to quite do everything I'd want to do with it. But I do have the technology to, you know, at least show it to you. I've been testing out a few things, so I think that might be one of the things that I will do. Because yeah, like obviously I don't have the tech to do a full body tracker unless someone wants to go and buy me a full VR setup, which, you know, if you want to do that, you're free to do so, but like, I don't have one of my own, so... I was kind of experimenting with some of like the webcam hand tracking and stuff. So I found something that like, it's not perfect, but I'm pleased with. But yeah, 3D egg. Because that's the thing. Originally I was like, okay, if I'm going to use the Vroid, I want to be able to use it for things that aren't just like, you know, things that I would do in live 2D. Like I want to do stuff that like is going to be specific to it, right? But I don't really have the gear, and even if I did, I don't think my computer really has the specs to hold it up. So it is what it is for now. Did I accidentally knit a hole into this? Hold on. No, I think it'll be fine. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, yeah, we're on track. Whatever that track is. I don't know where this train is going, but we're on track. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And then I don't know, what should I do in 3D? Maybe I'll do like a karaoke or something. I'd have to figure out because I figured out how to get the hand tracking set up to work okay, but I only figured that out for like sitting down. So I know I'd probably have to modify the whole setup for standing up. What about like VR chat? I could, yeah. I'd have to ask, because I know for VR chat, I think there's a few extra steps that you have to do to put Vroids into VR chat. which Kengi has done it before. Like, he did it for Elia, and he's done it for Bodega, so, like, and I think he did it for Bloom, too. So I could probably, if I wanted to use it for VR chat, I could probably just ask him, and he would be able to do it, but, yeah, I don't have a VR headset, and I don't have, like, trackers, so I feel like I'd be pretty limited into what I can do, even if I'm just running it from my own PC, you know? But yeah, 3D karaoke sounds neat. Yeah. I think I'd like to do that. But yeah, I think for Valentine's Day cards could be cute, yeah, or chocolate. I don't know, the thing with chocolate, okay, the thing with baking streams, I mean, I guess it's fine because the rest of my family is home, but like, the thing with baking streams is that you have to have people around to eat all the stuff that you make, right? Because, like, if I make something for Valentine's Day, like, you gotta have people around to eat it, you know? Otherwise, it's just food waste. Like, I think last time I did a baking stream, I did cookies, which turned out fine because it was something that my family wanted to eat anyway. But, yeah, like, if I make something too specific or, like, too sweet, and I make it in a big enough quantity, because most recipes assume that you're baking for at least a few people, then it's like, oh, well, what do I do now? Depends on what you bake, yeah. Because again, cookies usually make a batch of like at least 24. Sometimes like 30. Freeze it maybe? Yeah, that's fair. Or I guess I could... I don't know. I don't even know if I have like molds for chocolate or anything. Yeah, or they keep for longer. That's true. But, yeah. I don't know. Cooking streams, I want to do more, but also they feel weird. They feel weird to me because I'm like, you know, you're talking to someone while you cook, right? I'm talking to the eggplants while I cook. But technology has not developed far enough for me to be able to actually give you what I'm cooking. So I don't know. I feel like cooking streams, like, I almost feel like I'm like, am I taunting people? Like, am I showing them tasty foods? And then, like, not, you know, it's tasty foods that they can't actually eat? Like... Am I taunting people with this? Like, am I teasing people with it? Like, look at all this tasty food. I'm gonna talk to you while I cook this tasty food. And it's gonna be comfy and cozy, but no, you can't actually have any. Because we haven't figured out how to do that with technology yet. I can't believe Eggy wants to show us food while we're hungry. Exactly! Like... Or is there gonna be like an eggplant on a diet, and then they're gonna come into my chat and be like, ooh. Okay, how many stitches am I at? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Okay, we gotta do this one more time. Yeah, make it a challenge stream. Everyone involved has to bake as well. Yeah. You better be like sitting there at your computer, or you gotta be using like, you know, your phone or something, watch on mobile, and have like all your baking supplies in front of you. You better be baking at the same pace that I am. Like, no, Eggy, slow down. I'm not done sifting my flour. Or like I use a hand mixer and everyone's like, no, I'm using a whisk. Slow down. Yeah, I guess prep ingredients and yeah, I'd probably have to like release the recipe that I'm using beforehand, and then like just say, like, you know, just being like, oh yeah, I'm using these substitutions and stuff, you know? Yeah. April Fool's stream where you cook something with eggplant. Eggplant? Yeah. I don't even know where I'm gonna be in April. I want to do something for April Fools. But I don't even know where I'm going to be at this point. I know I've been saying this for the past, like, year. like the entire past year ever since I got back from Japan. But I don't know where I'm gonna be in a few months from now. Like, okay, so now that we're at 18 stitches, I'm going to probably remove the markers just because we don't need them anymore. Actually, no, I'm just gonna remove them when I knit the next row. It's fine. Yeah. But yeah, if it's a streamer challenge. Oh, like you get everybody into like a Discord call and then they all like stream their hand cams. That would be cute, actually. That would be fun. Just like a competition. Who will do the best cookies? Who will do the best chocolates? See, I can't do that because I would lose. I would lose. I wouldn't say I'm bad at cooking. I don't know if I would say I'm the best at, like, food presentation. You know? Yeah, I'll just move. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know... Yeah, just get a job elsewhere. Yeah, that's the thing, is that, like, I don't know... Again, I know I've been saying this for the entire past, like, year or so, but, like, I don't know where I'm going to be. Like, I'm looking to move, and it might happen for real this time. So, like, it's hard to say how long the transition will take. It's hard to say, like, what things will be like once the transition has successfully been completed. Yeah. Yeah, Eggy think tank. Yeah, who would be down for that on such a short notice? Yeah. Gotta get, like, ingredients and stuff beforehand. Yeah. Eggy Europe arc. Why would I be in Europe? Why would I be in Europe? What would I do there? I mean, I guess I could speak French. It wouldn't be impossible. Okay, so it says to do this until it's 4 inches. So... that's gonna be a pretty big head, I think. Like, I know I'm just, like, estimating, like, with this, but, like, this is, like, a little over 1 inch. Like, if I go 4 inches, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's, like, that's gonna be, like, this big. And also, like, very cylindrical? ChatGPT, are you sure about this one? Maybe I was misreading? Yeah. Continue in garter stitch until the piece measures about 4 inches from the cast on edge. Yeah, that's a long head. Are you sure about that one? Oh no, this is the body. Okay, so I guess that checks out. Sorry, I thought this was the head for a moment. Okay, yeah, this is the body. So that checks out. Time to mindlessly knit, I guess. Yeah. Canada should import more eggs. Eggy France. Eggy, I think they speak French in Belgium too, right? Eggy, no, if anything, actually, the place I'm planning to move to, I'm, like, specifically trying to apply for jobs that require French. Because, like, the place I'm planning to move to doesn't have as many French speakers. So I'm like, hey, that's a thing. That's a skill I have that makes me more hireable than many other people. Don't know how that will pan out for me, but, like, it's a possibility. I do have a leg up in that regard. Yes, but for that you must be willing to move to Belgium. That's fair. I mean, that's the thing with, like, Europe, though, right? Like, all the European countries are, like, tiny and close together, and I think, like, if you have, like, residency in one, you can visit the other ones without that much issue, right? Because I remember hearing about, like, people who did, like, a semester abroad in Europe. And they're like, oh yeah, I studied in France, but, like, you know, if I felt like it, I could, like, go to Spain for, like, a weekend. It was, like, a 1-hour flight. But yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like you graduate and then you realize you're like, oh, there's a rest of my life now, and you're like, oh god, oh god. Because that's the thing, like, initially when I got back from Japan, I didn't think all the credits I got in Japan would carry over properly. I assumed that something would go wrong and there would be like one additional credit that I was going to need to get. But then I didn't. So initially I was like, okay, well, it's fine. I have one more semester to think about it. But then I did not, in fact, have any more semesters to think about it. Because I was like, they're like, oh, well, you graduated, you're done. And it was like June, and I'm like, Yeah, you can get anywhere from Central Europe in like 2.5 hours on plane. That sounds plausible, actually. Like, that sounds pretty plausible. Because, like, European countries aren't that big. Like, I don't know. I'm sure there's some where I'm like, you could probably... Well, they have a lot of trains, too, right? Like, you could probably cross the country in, like, a few hours on train. EGGY Europe arc? I don't know. What's there to do in Europe, aside from all the things people usually do in Europe? Like, I don't know, what did they got? They got, like, good cheese and bread, I think? Okay. Since there seems to be actual Europeans in the chat, what do you actually recommend doing in Europe if you go to Europe? Because, like, I know a lot of people just do, like, the standard, like, tourist stuff. Like, go see the historical monuments or whatever. But, like, what's there to do anywhere? The same things people do in America. That's fair. Because, like, what does Europe have? I think of, like, good bread and cheese. Drink some nice and good wine. Take a lot of trains. A lot of the trains, but not that punctual ones. Well, count yourself lucky that you have trains in the first place. A late train will eventually be there, but a non-existent train will never. Shigeru Miyamoto. Yeah. Working and living, suffering. I'm sure there's nice places in Europe. Well, like... I mean, I'm sure, like, Europe is very normal. Because I feel like in North America, we have, like, very much a view of Europe as, like, very fancy. I think part of that is just because, like, if we want to experience Europe, we either need to pay a lot to go abroad, or you have to, you know, pay to have stuff imported. So, like, I feel like there's always been this, like, thing about, like, you know, like, French wine, or, like, Italian whatever. So, I think part of it is just that we view it as very fancy. I'm sure Europe is very normal. Yeah. England too, yeah. The United Kingdom in it. Yeah, Europe is extremely normal. Well, I think everywhere is mostly normal. Just different definitions of normal, I guess, right? Yeah, late trains are not that big of a deal. If a trade run doesn't happen, that's a disaster. Oh boy, you would hate it. You'd hate it in Canada. I say as a European to whom that is actually normal. Yeah. France do be very centralized. Yeah. Like Paris. But yeah, what is it that you want to do? I don't know, most of the jobs I've been looking into have been like... Because basically what I want, my ideal job is a job where I can, like, go to work and make enough money to support... Like, it has to be a job I'm okay with doing, right? Like, I'm not looking for, like, a dream job at this point. What I would want is a job that, like, pays enough that I can support myself and have enough money to, like, engage in my various hobbies, right? Okay, what are we at? Like, 1.5 inches? Oh, yeah, okay, we're almost to 2 inches. Yeah. You would look for work in France for memes. Canada Embassy to France. I don't know. Apparently, like, I don't know how complicated embassy work is. Because, like, I remember, at one point I checked for, like, Canadian Embassy in Japan out of curiosity. But, like, apparently the Canadian Embassy in Japan is, like, working there is kind of complicated because, like, they don't really help you with your visa at all. Because, like, usually for, like, a work visa, right? Like, in Japan, you have to have your employer be like, yeah, they're employed here. But for some reason, like, the Canadian embassy, like, doesn't sign off on that, so it makes, like, all the other, like, immigration stuff more difficult. So I don't know if it's the same for France. Like, I don't actually know how, like, the, like, immigration process for foreign diplomats works. And also, I think I feel weird calling myself a diplomat, you know? Like, I'm not that important. Let's chill. I'm not that important. Job wishes in 2024. Enough money to exist in peace. Honestly, yeah, kind of. Some of the jobs I've looked at, like, that I've, like, when I've been applying, I look at some jobs and I'm like, are they insane? Do they really think? Do they really think? Because it's, like, one thing to be like, okay, yeah, we need someone with, like, 2 years of experience. And it's like, okay, that's fair. But then some of the jobs are like, oh yeah, we need someone with 2 years of experience, but we're also going to pay them, like, less than $20 an hour. And we're like, I don't think you're going to find that. I don't think that person exists. Or, like, I've seen ones where it's like, we want someone super experienced for a short contract. And it's like, okay, that person doesn't exist. They just don't exist. If you want a short contract, like, the people who are super experienced are going to probably want to find a more permanent job. Like, who is this for? Consulate, then. Yeah, I mean, the people who work at consulates are still considered diplomats, right? I think. Yeah. Ambassador might require nepotism or being extremely adept in interpersonal relationships, which I am not. Well, no, but I know, like, I think it's different because I don't know how it works for every country, but I know some countries at their embassy, they'll have, like, the actual, like, foreign, you know, like, international relations departments, but then they will have, like, a culture department almost. Like, they'll have, like, a department for running, like, cultural events and stuff. So, I don't know, maybe that probably requires less qualifications than the actual, like, serious business international relations department, you know? Yeah. Honorary consul might not get paid? No, surely they would have to, right? Yeah, the experienced short contract is semi-retired people, but you have to pay well. Yeah, that's... I'm like... But yeah, some of them are just like... Are you mad? Are you mad? Yeah, honorary consul is just a dude living there. It's just some guy. Yeah, I don't know if they do it. I know, actually, EGGY diplomatic immunity. I know, actually, here in Canada, I don't know if it's different in other countries, but here in Canada, diplomat cars have red license plates. And so if you get into an accident or something with a car with a red license plate, then that's going to be a problem for you. Because they kind of have presumably traffic-related diplomatic immunity. So, like, yeah, usually people don't like them in terms, at least for driving. Because it's like, apparently they drive pretty recklessly because, again, I guess if I had diplomatic immunity, I would also drive recklessly. Okay, hold on. I need to check for this current piece. Do I have to make 2 of them? Nope, it's just one body. I don't know. This is going to be a very narrow body, I think. Because it just has to make 1. Because arms doesn't make 2, legs make 2. So it looks like it's specifying you have to make 2. It's going to be a very thin teddy bear. Very skinny. Yeah. It's like, why is there a random consulate of country here and I was told it's just a dude? Well, the thing is, I feel like they have to be there because, like, you know, if people need to get, like, their visas renewed or, like, update their passport or, like, you know, if you lose your passport, you kind of have to go to an embassy so that they can be aware of that fact. So, like, I think that's why there's, like, random consulates where it's just, like, one guy and it's a tiny building. It's just, like, for the convenience of that so that, like, I don't know. Especially here in Canada because it's such a large country, right? So, like, if you're living in, like, you know, outside one of the major cities, like, Well, I guess only the major cities have consulates, but basically my point is that, like, if you live in, like, I don't know, London, Ontario or something, and you lose your passport, like, you don't have to go all the way to Ottawa, right? That's my point. Yeah. An honorary consul is just doing it for the prestige. So they can't really do much this. Oh, really? Then what's the point? They're just like, I'm representing my country, and that's it. Just about helping out. I guess, like, answering questions about the country. But, like, what can you really answer that would be useful? Like, tourist destinations, question mark? I know my mom actually said, mostly about helping citizens of their country in that area of the country with info or visits in prisons if needed. And there are normal consuls too, yeah. I know my mom said that when she was a kid, something that her and her friend would do during the summer is, like, because this was back in, like, you know, 60s, 70s, they would mail. Like, they would send letters to embassies. Like, they would just get a big list of countries, and they would send letters to the embassies, and they would be like, oh, we're interested in your country. And then, like, they would mail them back. Like, the embassies would actually reply, and they would have, like, a bunch of, like, travel brochures and, like, pamphlets and stuff about... So, yeah, basically my mom and her friend, they would just do that in the summer. They would, like, you know, they're like, hello, embassy of whatever country, like... what can you tell us? And then, like, they would get, like, a thing back that's like, here are our major travel destinations, and here are, like, facts about our country that are interesting and stuff. Yeah. John Diplomat. Not even necessarily representing their country, they're just representing a country. Yeah. John Diplomat. I don't know. I'd feel weird about calling myself a diplomat, though, even if I did work in diplomacy. It sounds so fancy. It's like, ah, yes, I'm a diplomat. Zhong diplomat, yeah. I don't know. I'm sure playing mahjong is probably good socializing. I'm sure that'll be a useful skill to have. It's like knowing how to play chess, I guess. I can use that for socialization. Internet's so useful, no longer having to mail embassies for tourist info or looking things up at the library. I mean, if you go into embassies, they still will have the tourist info. Like, you can just walk into... Well, maybe not just walk, but, like, you know, if you can get into the embassy of a country, they probably have stuff about, you know... Here are our major destinations. Imagine a recent job, but just at an embassy. I mean, I guess. Did I get Yakuman wronged and cause an incident? Yeah, international incident via mahjong. It's like... Ah, yes. War has erupted between Canada and Japan after a Canadian diplomat got 13 orphans and Yakuma and the Japanese ambassador into oblivion. Let's see. Yeah, embassies have all kinds of jobs. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, a major incident. Yeah. Like, yes, I lost my uncle in the Great Mahjong Wars of 2025. Yeah. How 13 orphans caused the latest war. It's like it started with 13 orphans. Now, due to all the deaths from the war, there are way more orphans now. Yeah, it probably is pretty difficult. I imagine embassies are pretty, like, picky about who they hire. Because, yeah, like, you're representing a country. Like, you don't want to... like, have to not make Canada look bad, you know? Because that's 2 inches. Yeah. But yeah, no, it would be relevant to the qualifications I have, yeah. I've tried looking for government jobs, but I think like where I'm looking to move, there just isn't a lot of them. Like there's just not a lot of government jobs. They're just like, which makes sense. Like there's only so much government. Picky, we met her. I did too. I did. I do know Picky. Actually, when I met Picky, it was interesting because, like, you know, sometimes, like, you can look at somebody and instantly know who they are online. Like, Picky was wearing a very Picky core outfit that day. There's only so much government looks at your... Well, look, like, the government can only hire so many people. Actually, there's a few jobs I did apply for, I think, that were, like, not really government jobs, but they were, like, extension of the government. So, like, the government would, like, need, like, a call center for some service or something, and they would, like, outsource that to another company. So there was some jobs I applied for that were, like, yeah, we're actually, like, a company that, like, the government of Canada, like, outsources to take calls about this specific program or something. So, like, I know that there's some, like, government adjacent jobs that are, like, related, but not necessarily government jobs. But yeah. Of course they want our favorite internet micro celebrity. Like, who wouldn't hire the EGGY? Who wouldn't want to hire the EGGY? She's so nice. She's nice. Everybody knows that. Yeah, I knew Picky as long as Sasha, so I also knew her on... Okay, well that doesn't count. That doesn't count if you knew her that long. No, I think that was my first time meeting Picky. But yeah, like I said, like... the vibes almost always match. Like, it's very rare that somebody is, like, completely different, like, in person versus on the internet, you know? Is that the nice EGGY? So nice is even in her name. Yeah, exactly. I will be very good representative of Canada because I am nice. I'm very nice. I am the nice EGGY. I am nice, and that's what everybody wants. Isn't it? Yeah. Like, is that Canadians, like, we're supposed to be, like, nice and polite? See, I'm the perfect Canadian. I'm the most Canadian in the world. You know, I saw something yesterday. I went for a walk, and I saw something that I'm like, yeah, this is, I think, the most Canadian thing I've ever seen. It was like this... So basically, it was like a tree, and it wasn't, like, a particularly tall tree. Like, the lowest branches were still very much, like, within reach of most people, right? But in this tree, there was, like, a mitten. A single mitten. And I'm like, that is the most Canadian thing. Like, somebody dropped their mitten on the ground, and then somebody nearby, like, put it in a tree to make sure that it wasn't just, like, lying on the ground. I'm like, that's extremely Canadian sight. Yeah. Very different chat compared to in voice. I mean, yeah, but, like, it's different if it's just in text, right? But, like, for people where I hear them talk, right? You know, either in a Discord call or on stream, it's very different, right? Like... it will by default be a bit different. I don't know how I come off in person versus in online though. Like, probably about the same. When we were doing the thing of like, oh, everybody like guess who is who in this group, like I don't think anybody got it wrong. That's the thing. I don't think anybody got it wrong. Yeah. We put them on our bushes and windowsills. Oh, like, on the outside? Because, yeah, I guess maybe we just don't have any bushes. Because, like, I don't know. Our houses don't really have, like, window sills on the outside. At least not one's big enough to support a mitten. Like, window sills are something you have on the inside of your house, not on the outside. Maybe that's what I would need to do in Europe, is just, like, look at the houses. Just observe how the, like, average European house is different to the average North American house. Yeah. Because, like, I don't know. I feel like there's so many things that we, like, take for granted. Like, yeah, that's just what houses are like. And then you, like, go abroad and you're like, wait, you guys don't have that? Like, I know when I was in the States, actually, I encountered in person like, I was aware of the concept of a garbage disposal, right? Where, like, you have something in your sink that you, like, flip a switch and it goes, and then you can, like, pour food down it and it won't clog the sink, right? I was aware of this concept, but I'd never seen it in action until, like, was it last? I guess it was kind of last week. But yeah, until, like, you know, roughly a week ago, I had never seen this concept in action, you know? Like, in Canada, we just don't pour things down the drain, right? Like, you throw it in the garbage, or you throw it in the green bin if your city has those. Like, good imitation. Yeah. Yeah, so I'd never seen one in person until, like, or, like, witnessed someone using it. Because, like, I remember there was, like, we had done, like, homemade Korean barbecue one of the evenings that we were there. And, like, we were cleaning up after. And I remember, like, being scared for a moment because, like, I think it was Kaji who was, like, putting food scraps in the sink. And in my mind, I'm like, no, that's something you never do. Like, that will kill your pipes in Canada because we don't have garbage disposals. Like, they just don't exist in Canadian houses. I don't know if it's, like, a regulation or if it's just because, like, we have green bins, so we don't really need them. You can just throw it in the compost. But, like, yeah. I panicked for a second because I'm like, no, that's not how you do things. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see, like, for, like, European houses. I'm like, okay, what are some, like, very obvious traits that just, like, don't exist? Or do exist? Because, yeah, I think another thing I noticed, or in Japan, I noticed, like, houses would have this, but I think, like, even my room, like, apartments would have this too, where, like, there's, like, a small step up between the entrance and the rest of the place. Because that's where you keep your shoes. But there's always, like, a step, right? Like, you know, you enter and you're, like, on this level, and then that's where you take off your shoes and stuff, and then there's, like, a step up, and that's where, like, the rest of the house is. But yeah, exploring fun. Garbage disposals mess with all pipes. Yeah, I'm sure it's probably still not a good system. Because you're still not supposed to pour, like, bacon grease and stuff down the drain, right? Even if you have a garbage disposal. Because now even the garbage disposal, I think, can get, like, gunky, right? But I'm trying to think, I don't know, maybe there's stuff in Canada that's, like, I think of as very obvious, but other houses don't. I guess I think a big one was bathrooms. Like, because I know here, like, oh, that was another thing I noticed in Japan. So, like, I think I've talked about this before, but in Canada, the air vents in bathrooms are on the floor. There's no drain on the floor except in the bathtub. So, but I remember in Japan, like, there was a drain on the floor, and then there was an air vent, like, all the ventilation was done through the ceiling, which makes sense. Because, like, my house actually, it's still kind of faintly visible, but there was, like, at one point I accidentally water damaged the ceiling on the floor below our bathroom because, basically the toilet overflowed, and there was, like, a vent right in front of the toilet, and the, like, overflowing water from the toilet, some of it got into the vent. So, like, but, like, yeah, why was there a vent on the floor? That's just asking for water damage to happen, especially when you have it so close to the toilet and the bathtub. Like, inevitably it's gonna happen. Like, it makes more sense to put it on the ceiling, right? Yeah. Everything before the step is outside the house in Japan legally. Oh, interesting, yeah. I guess Japanese houses also don't really have much of a front yard. I noticed some of them would have a small garden in front, but from what I saw, like, unless you had a really big house, you wouldn't really have, like, a front yard. You might have, like, yeah, like a small garden in front, and then maybe, like, an area, like, to park cars that can be used for other stuff, I guess, if you don't have a car, but... Foreigners are sometimes surprised by the tiltable windows here in Germany. Oh, yeah, I've heard about that, right? Like, instead of, like, opening... Yeah, I think I've seen that. Imagine, like, opening one for the first time and just getting, like, smacked in the face by it. Yeah, heating vents on the floor do feel a bit strange. Yeah, I feel like it's interesting, too, because I feel like it's something that I've only seen in houses. Like, I feel like public spaces, most of the ventilation is done, like, through the ceiling or through the wall. I think it's just, like, it's mostly just, like, houses that have vents in the floor. But I guess maybe, like, the systems for heating and cooling are built different for, like, a house versus, like, you know, a shopping mall or a school or something. Let's see, how many? 1, 2, 3. Okay, just 1 more inch. I'm making... I mean, it doesn't look bad so far, but I think it's just because I've been knitting it properly. Yeah, Japan goes pretty drafty in events kotatsus and heated... Yeah, I think... The thing is that, like, I feel like it's also houses that are built for different kinds of weather. Because I feel like Japan, most parts of Japan, except for maybe the parts, like, up north, like, most of the year it's hot. Like, it's hot for more times of the year than it is cold, right? So, like, I feel like a lot of the houses are built for, like, airflow, right? Are they doing it successfully? Not always. But I feel like a lot of them are built more with, like, airflow in mind, which is not great in the winter, but, like, you know, a little more useful in the summer, probably. But I know, like, in Canada, we've had, like, the opposite issue. Like, the houses are really well insulated, but that causes issues sometimes. Like, I remember a few years back, there was, like, a massive heat wave in Montreal. And a lot of houses in Montreal, because Montreal is so cold for, like, a good portion of the year, a lot of houses in Montreal just don't have, like, air conditioning. So you get these, like, really tightly insulated houses that don't have air conditioning. And, like, yeah, there was starting to be issues with that. But, yeah, airflow sounds awful in the summer. I mean, yeah, but it's easier to, like, ventilate, right? Because, like, yeah, like, Canadian houses are very tightly insulated because we would literally die if they weren't. But, yeah. Unless you have full-on wind. Yeah, I mean, I guess... We do have nice... It is nice in the summer if you have air conditioning, but yeah. But, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, too... Yeah, AC is pretty rare here as well. Yeah, I've heard it's, like, not that common. Well, I guess if you don't need it most of the time, then... Probably not necessarily. Yeah. Yeah. Trick is to put aluminum foils on the outside of the windows or pull down the shutters during the day. It's perfectly livable. Yeah, I mean, I know, like, the UK had, like, a huge heat wave a while back, didn't they? And I remember seeing, like, a bunch of people just, like, panicking because they're like, oh, I don't, like, it's not something that usually happens in the UK, right? Like, not knowing how to tolerate heat, which I guess we kind of have the same in Canada, but not nearly to the same extent, I don't think. Because, like, it does get very cold in the winter. At least where I live, it's, like, mostly very... It's a lot of extremes, I think. Like, winter is, like, you know, very cold. But summer is... If anything, like, it gets... I don't know. I think we've had, like, a good, you know, 30s. I know if anybody living in an actually warm country is going to be like, oh, that's winter weather. But, like, you know... A little over 30 degrees Celsius, sometimes in the summer. But I know it's also because my city is, like, extremely landlocked, so... I think with Vancouver, it's actually a lot milder, in both directions. Unfortunately, it's also extremely expensive. I think people used to pack their windows in cling film in the US in the winter for some of them, because they're single panel and drafty. Yeah. But the US doesn't get quite as cold. I don't think there's anywhere in the US that gets as cold as it does here. Like, Canada has the issue of, like, if our houses were not, like, insulated properly and didn't have proper, like, heating and ventilation, people would literally die of cold in the winter, probably. Like, it's that kind of temperature. 1, 2. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's how climate works. Yeah, the closer you are to water. Because even, like, the city I grew up in was a little closer to a major body of water than where I live now, and it still got cold in the winter, but, like, the winter wasn't as long, and it didn't get as extreme, I don't think. Yeah. The border to Canada, yeah, but, like, let's be real, like, climate-wise, I'd say, like, Michigan is like Canada too, right? Canada that just happens to be on American soil. In terms of climate. Like, I guess, like, it's not like other places can't get cold. Like, again, when I went to MagFest, it was like a massive cold snap that weekend. But I guess the difference is, for me, that's to be expected from January. Like, that's just how Canada is that weekend. Like, that's just January. That's just normal January. But for a lot of other people, apparently, like, that was really out of the ordinary. But I guess the thing with, like, the recent cold snap, too, is I'm realizing a lot of people don't seem to, like... There's a lot of things about cold weather that I think a lot of people didn't realize. Like, things like, if it's super, like, way below zero, you should let your car run for a little bit before driving it. Like, you start it up and then let it warm up a bit before driving. That's common knowledge in Canada, but I don't think it's common knowledge everywhere. Or, like, knowing how to walk on ice, or, like... Yeah, there's a lot of things that are just, like, very... Californians of the group were dying. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are just, like, very common knowledge where it's cold, but then again, I guess it's the other way around. Like, I'm sure there's probably things about hot weather that I don't know. But I guess the thing with MagFest too, though, is that, like, 90% of it is indoors. Like, unless the only times you'd probably have to leave, other than, like, coming and going at the end of the day, the only reasons you'd have to leave the premises, well, I guess if you wanted to go to the tabletop room, you'd have to cross between buildings, because it was in, like, a separate building, but there was, like, a kind of tunnel there. And then I guess if you wanted to get food, like, if you're going to a restaurant. But, like, yeah, the restaurants were all within, like, 10 minutes of walking, so you wouldn't be outside for very long. So I guess the weather wasn't, like, too much of a damper, but yeah. How do you walk on ice? I tend to stop down instead of my usual walk. I think it's more just, like, being able to adjust your speed, I think, is a big part of it. Because I find that, like, if you can walk at a speed that's not going to allow you to slip, yeah, I think it really is just about, like, speed. Because if you try to run on ice, you're gonna fall flat on your face. I do more of kind of like a shuffle, kind of. Because, like, yeah, I feel like if you stomp. I know some people have those, like, ice, like, there's these, like, things you can attach to your boots that are, like, basically, like, they're like soccer cleats, but, like, sharper. So, like, it allows you to, like, actually, like, step on ice without slipping at all, because it's, like, so much traction. But I'm not sure if they're allowed everywhere, because, like, they also kind of destroy sidewalks, apparently. But it is an option. I don't know very many people that use them, though. I feel like it's mostly older people who are, like, more concerned about slipping. It's almost edged on the streets recently that schools were closed for a day. Oh, yeah, for sure. That happens a lot. Like, freezing rain can cause a snow day in the same way. See, freezing rain snow days as a kid were less fun, because at least, like, when you had a snow day, it's like, yippee! Let's go play in the snow that there's so much of now. Let's build a snow fort, make snow angels and stuff. But, like, ice days were just boring, because, like, you can't play outside because it's just ice. But also, you can't go to school because there's ice. Yeah. Rubber ones exist. I know there was also too, when I worked at department store, we used to sell these boots. I don't remember the brand name, but we had these boots that had these like clippable, it was basically like the cleats, but they were like built into the boot, and you could like switch them. There was like a thing on the bottom where like you could like switch it on and off. Not switch it on and off. It wasn't like an electronic thing, but it was like, it was a thing you could like flip out and then like snap in on your boots. I know a lot of people like those. They were pretty expensive though. Yeah. But yeah, that's Canadian EGGY. Okay, I think we're getting on 4 inches, so we're almost done the body. I'm sure the other parts aren't going to take as long because they're going to be much smaller, presumably. Yeah, like cleat heelys. Yeah, pretty much, kind of. Yeah. The only problem I saw with them that I didn't understand is that, like, so if you have them, like, you know, flipped to the on position, right? Like, if you have them, like, surely, like, snow and salt and stuff is going to gather up, which is going to make it harder to, like, snap it back to the closed position. So, like, I don't know how they would work that. Like, do you have to, like, clean your boots every time you want to flip it? But I don't know. They sold well, so I'm sure people who own them have figured it out. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah. I think we have like a good row or two left for this. But personally, I just try to avoid going outside in the winter. Skill issue. I don't know, I'm not much of like a winter sports person. Like, I don't like ski or snowboard or anything. Maybe I'll skate a little bit. But I'm not like not big snow person. I think I've been skiing like exactly, well, like downhill skiing. I've been downhill skiing exactly like once ever. I went on like a ski trip with my I think it was grade 8. Yeah, I was in grade 8. I went on a ski trip with school. But I don't know, I wasn't bad at it actually. Like, I wouldn't say I was like pro level skier, but like I was pretty good at it for someone who was doing it for the first time, I think. Like, I know some people really struggled with it to like figure out how to like stop and stuff, but like I didn't have that much trouble with it. But yeah, I wouldn't say I was like super pro level or anything. Hello friend, hello baby on YouTube. Good morning. I am currently knitting a pattern generated by ChatGPT. This is the body of a teddy bear. We'll see how it works out for the rest of it. But I don't know, skiing is just kind of expensive though. Like, again, I think we got like a different rate because it was a school trip, but like, I don't have the money. I don't have the money to learn to ski. 1, 2, 3. You know what? Oh, I think this is roughly 4 inches. I think this should be okay. And then I will cast this off, I think. I love how I'm saying casting on and casting off. It's like I'm a magician. I'm like, I shall now cast this off. Here we go. Ugh. So yeah, this is the body of our bear. I'll have to see how like, I have to see how wide it actually is when it actually like gets narrowed down. Yeah, the only time I went skiing was back in grade 7 in school. Yeah. Hated it. Were you bad at it? I know there was one guy in my class when we went on that trip who, like, they were trying to teach him how to stop, and they told him, because you know how they say, like, oh yeah, put your skis in a V, and that, like, you know, if you're going forward, you need to have it like this in order to have, like, resistance to stop. But I think he heard a V, and he was doing it like this. And he couldn't figure out why he wasn't stopping. But yeah, I don't know. At one point, though, I remember, like, I got stuck for a while. Like, I just lay in the snow, I'm like, cool, I guess I'll die, kind of thing. Where, because basically at one point, I was skiing on a hill, and I like, fell over. But in a way that, like, I couldn't get up without assistance, and nobody was around. And I also didn't know how to take off my skis. Like, I couldn't figure out how to take off my skis. And it wasn't until, like, one of my classmates came around, and I'm like, I'm dying, I've been lying here for, like, 20 minutes. And they're like, oh yeah, you can just, like, press this button, and it, like, unclips your boot from the ski, and then you can just, like, get up and then put the ski back on. And I'm like, thank you, I owe you my life. And also I felt incredibly stupid at the time. Yeah. Going to cast the spell. Knit Teddy. Yeah. I'm gonna cast the spell. Pearl Stitch. Yeah. Cast on, cast off. Woo! But yeah, no, I was pretty okay at skiing, I think. Again, for someone who had literally never done it before. I've done cross-country skiing as well on a few occasions, but I didn't like it as much. I feel like the cross-country ski technique does not make sense to me at all. I feel like every time I would go, I wasn't really skiing. I was just, like, on skis, and I felt like I was just, like, pushing myself with the ski poles. Whereas, like, downhill skiing, I'm like, yes, I am skiing. Yeah, cross-country skiing just felt like slidey shoes. It just felt like slidey shoes. Land skating. It's eggy hands. I miss eggy hands. I'm sorry. I'll try to have more eggy hands in the future. We promise not to be weird about it. I just realized I'm going to grab my scissors. Here we go. So this is the body of our AI-generated bear. Okay, 1 second. I just need to realize I need to grab scissors. Right here. Alright, here we go. Yeah, sledding was very fun. We got some nice hills for it here. Yeah, I feel like something that was big when I was a kid was, like, tubing. Like, you know, where you just have, like, hills that were, like, you know, nicely done up hills where you would, like, have, like, a round inner tube. Tubing was fun. Tubing was fun. And tubing was good because it was something for kind of, like, all ages. Like, you could take your small children to it and, you know, they would be able to do it safely and properly and be good at it. I mean, it's hard to be bad at tubing, I think. Okay, so here we go. We got the body of the bear. I'm assuming if we need to sew this shut, though, like, I don't know how we're going to do this. Because either this is going to be an incredibly short bear, or it's going to be an incredibly skinny bear. Like, this is, like, a very thin bear. And I think, hold on, let me see if I elaborate on how to sew things up. Sew head to the body. Attach safety eyes. No, it doesn't specify on how to sew it shut. So I'm just gonna have to use my imagination to figure out, like, am I folding it this way? This is like a hot dog hamburger situation here. Because if I fold it this way, then, like, I guess, I don't know how I'd sew the head on, though. But I guess it would give me more space to put the legs. But if I sew it up this way, which would be usually how you would do it, like, again, the bear is going to be very long and very tall. Virtual tubing, yes. Here we go. Let's see what's next, I think. It's the head. So, knit 12 stitches, turn. I'm really confused about what they mean by turn. Because this is this is done... Yeah, why would I need to turn this? I'm gonna disregard that because it has no reason to be there. Because, like, turn... Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. Am I stupid? You know, I'm doing this... Okay. Hold on, I'm confused. As I should be. Like, I don't know what I expected from ChatGPT. Like, okay. So basically, my instructions. So it says, body is cast on 12 stitches, and then you gotta continue in garter stitch until the piece measures about 4 inches from cast on end. Then head, it says, knit 12 stitches, turn. So I don't know if it means, I guess that means that it should have been like part of the body, I guess. But again, that wouldn't make sense. Because like 12 stitches will only bring me about here. And I would still have to wrap this in half. You know, I'm just gonna cast on 12 stitches. Like, it doesn't say to do that, but I'm just gonna do that. So repeat row 1 until you have a total of 18 rows. Okay. So just, they could have just phrased that differently. They could, see, if a human would have written this, they would have written just like repeat, just like, you know, knit 12 stitches for 18 rows. They could have just said that. Again, at least the numbers still seem to be checking out, but again, this is going to be a very skinny bear. Kind of interesting VTuber became the word using for streaming with an avatar, even if it's not on YouTube. Well, it's like how, like, I guess it came from YouTuber, right? But, I don't know, I guess we don't really have a better word for it, right? I feel like we got VTuber and we're like, yeah, that's it, that's what we're gonna call this. Like, has anybody, VTwitcher sounds, yeah, VTwitcher sounds very weird. I guess I could say VStreamer. But, like, that sounds weird, too. I think also, too, is because, like, at the beginning, a lot of it was, like, pre-recorded content, right? Like, it was more in the vein of, like, YouTube videos. Whereas now it's more in the vein of, like, live streams, some of which are on YouTube. Like this one. Yeah, I'm now one good game to hitting expert. Time to accumulate stress. Don't get Rond. Don't get Rond. Don't get Rond. Yeah, we're virtual tubing. As opposed to self-tubing, I guess. It was YouTube. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 3 more. Yeah. Because, yeah, Kizuna I made YouTube video. Yeah, she was more like a vlogger than anything. Well, at least that was the format, right? More so than, like, streaming, I think, didn't really come until later, right? The idea of, like, you know, doing it live. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Now we gotta do this for 18 rows. Okay. Rest in peace, Kizuna Ai. Her legacy lives forever and ever. They actually made a Kizuna Ai, not Vocaloid, but she has a voice bank. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's just called Kizuna or something. But she has like a vocal synth voice bank. I haven't seen people do a lot with it, but it exists, which I think is cool. I'd like to be a Vocaloid someday. Maybe one day. Yeah, VTubers don't even make YouTube videos anymore outside of covers. I think some people still do. I think it's just kind of fallen out of fashion in favor of streaming. I feel like I imagine there's probably a bit more money in streaming right now too, like just from like a financial standpoint. Because like, if you make YouTube videos, I feel like you're just, like, you know, not counting, you know, merch and all that other stuff. I feel like with YouTube, like, you're only making ad revenue off the video itself, whereas live streaming, there's more opportunities, like you can take super chats and donations and stuff. So I imagine there's probably more money to be made in live streaming than there is in just posting videos. You know, assuming that you don't have, because even like regular YouTubers usually have other revenue streams, right? Like they have like Patreon and stuff. So, was it CVO? Yeah, I think it was CVO. I don't know if they ever ported it. There's a bunch of CVO voice banks that are getting ported to SynthV, but I don't know if hers is one of them. I know the Bang Dream ones got a SynthV port. I think Kafu's getting a SynthV port. Although I don't know if it got postponed or something. I feel like there was people who like, they put up pre-orders before they put up a demo, which people are like, kind of sus, but yeah. Okay. So yeah, knit. Okay. 12 stitches. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think your income tail is longer. Yeah. Depends. Oh, because there are Poppy and Kafu, I guess? Yeah. Because I think there was Poppy, and then wasn't there, because like I know there was two Bang Dream. Because there was Poppy, which was like Kasumi's voice. And then there was Yukina, like the Roselia. But I can't remember her name. I think it was just like Rose or something. Something Rose related. Yeah. But I think everyone's jumping to SynthV. Teto has truly paved the way. Thank you, Kasane Teto. Yeah. I don't know. I think I would love to have more VTubers becoming voice banks, but I can totally see why a lot of companies would be hesitant to get on board with that. But like, I don't know, because I think even like the more realistic sounding voice banks still don't sound like a one-to-one recreation of the voice provider's voice, right? Like there's still definite differences between like Kaf the singer and Kafu the voice bank, right? So I don't think it's like a huge deal. But yeah, SynthV is fun to use though. But yeah, I'd love to become a voice bank someday. EGGY Lloyd. Yeah. Yeah, Kaf and Kafu are explicitly made to sound different, of course. Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that's the case with a lot of, because I think that was the case with, like, a lot of Krypton's voice banks, like Miku and Rin and Len, like, they're done in a character voice. Specifically, because, like, if you hear Miku's voice provider talk, like, you can hear a bit of Miku in there. But she doesn't sound like Miku, at least not in a way, like, no one's gonna be mixing her up with Miku, right? Do you have it? Yes, I have SynthV installed. I have a few voice banks. I paid for the Koharu Rika voice bank because I wanted to be able to use like the language, like the cross-language function on it. I have the free version of Teto. I paid for the full version of Asterion for the same reason. I have the free version of Solaria. Again, a lot of them have like free demo versions. Yeah. I think more people should use the Porter Robinson voice bank. It's a shame that the Porter Robinson voice bank is stuck on Vocaloid 6. Is it Vocaloid 6? Because I know a lot of, like, Vocaloid has been... It's weird because, like, it's the software that kind of, like, built everything, but it's also the one that I feel like fewer and fewer people are using. Because I know, like, they dropped it out of nowhere. Not the voice bank, but, like, the software itself. Like, Vocaloid 5 was on its way out, and people are, like, looking at their watch and being like, anytime now, guys. And then they just, like, dropped it one day with, like, oh, by the way. But yeah, I love how the Porter Robinson voice bank sounds. I like it a lot. It's just shame it's stuck on, like, such an expensive software. Because that's the other thing, too, is that, like, Vocaloid is still really expensive. But, like, I feel like SynthV is, and even CVO are a lot more affordable. Like, unless you're going about this in the illegal ways. But, like, Yeah, I think Vocaloid is like way more expensive. Synthfy I think is like what, like I think it's like maybe 100 something. At least I think I paid like maybe like 150 Canadian for like the full version with one voice bank, I think. They have a lot of like packages. But either way, it's substantially cheaper than Vocaloid, which has only been like climbing in price over the years. Like actually, out of curiosity now, I'm just gonna Google like how much Vocaloid 6, just to see like how much it costs. Yeah, Vocaloid 6 for Windows is $225 before tax, and I'm assuming that's American. It doesn't specify Canadian, so I'm assuming that's US dollars. And that's like with nothing. There is no voice bank. There is nothing. Like if you want voice banks, you're gonna have to come up with those yourself. Yeah, I think it's 180 and it comes with a bank. Yeah. Because like the program is pretty useless without a voice bank, right? Like it's like buying a game console with no games, right? Like, cool, you just have like a very fancy machine that can do nothing. But yeah, I think, yeah, 180 with a voice bank. Because even the voice banks, usually, they differ in price, but usually most of them are kind of somewhere in the like $100 price range. So yeah, like 180 with a voice bank is like a really good deal. PS5 with no games. I knew someone was gonna make it. If it wasn't gonna be the PS5, it was gonna be the PS3. I knew someone was gonna drop a no games joke. Yeah, Vocaloid 6 has no games. Fanciest Netflix player? I don't know. It's weird because I don't think I know anybody with a PS5. Like, I know people who had PS4s. I don't think I know anybody with a PS5. Like, I'm sure somebody does, but they don't talk about it very much. I feel the same way about Xboxes too. I'm like, I'm sure I know somebody with an Xbox, but they sure don't say much about it. Yeah, like I feel like the Switch is the only... I don't want to be like, the Switch is the only console that matters at this point, but like, realistically speaking, in terms of people I know who have the Nintendo Switch compared to people I know who have an Xbox or a PS5, like, the numbers... There's a big jump in numbers. Non-Switch consoles just died out. Yeah, I feel like... Well, plus a lot of the games that people were playing on PlayStation and Xbox have PC versions now, and most of the people I know have like computers that are good enough to run them, or the games are optimized enough that like you don't need a super high level computer, right? So I think for me, like, most of my friends have Switches, but I don't think I know that many people, or people who have Xboxes and PlayStations, they either don't use them or they don't talk about them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 8 more rows of this very square head. Yeah. It might be a matter if the devs can afford to... Yeah, I think that's the other thing with more... I imagine with a Switch, it's probably a more affordable console to develop for, right? Because, like, the higher the graphics go, the higher the expectations of the players have for the graphics go, and then the more money you have to pour into your production. Which I imagine is probably also why it seems like... I feel like the Switch has been, like, a lot more popular for, like, indie games than the other two, I'd say. Like, I mean, I guess Bug Snacks was technically an indie game, wasn't it? But, like... Yeah. I don't know what the rest of it is like. Because I know, like... a lot of indie games have either been like Switch exclusives or have been like, oh, it's the music. Okay. Yeah. Current Xbox is the last one we'll ever. Here's my thing. Here's my hot take. My hot take is that graphics have maybe not plateaued, but like there's only so far you can take graphics before it just becomes unsustainable. Both from like a production standpoint and also just like a necessity standpoint. Like I would rather have my games run smoothly than have like one bajillion polygons, super photorealistic. Because the other thing is that like the more realistic that you try and make a game, the higher the expectation. Because when it comes to realism, I feel like there's a point where like graphics stop mattering and it becomes more about like, like maybe animation. Because like you can have humans that look perfectly realistic, but if they don't move like humans, then you got another problem on your hands, right? Yeah. I don't think, like, I just don't think it's necessary. But then again, I've never been like a big heavy graphics person, and I've never understood it. Like personally, I'm like, I think Animal Crossing is a nice looking game. I think art direction matters a lot more than graphics. Yeah. Like, but that's just the kind of gamer I am, I guess. I'd rather have a game that has like good art than like fancy graphics, If the game is not fun, why bother? Yeah, I think that's the other thing. Like, I feel like your game needs to be a game and not just like a very fancy tech demo, But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it gets to a point, too, where I feel like the console... If they're gonna keep making new consoles, I feel like they're gonna have to slow down with it. Just because, like... I feel like in the past, like, it made sense to have a new console, like, every few years, just because, like, technology was it was going at a fast enough pace that, like, there would be noticeable differences between console generations. But I feel like now it's getting to the point where, like... What are we gonna get? Like the Switch with a slightly like upgraded graphics? Like I feel like we're running out of places to go, So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so this is 17, 18. We just have 2 more. Water. Is this, you're trying to do a drink water redeem? Let's do a drink water redeem. Yeah, I guess there's VR stuff. Yeah, that's true, but like... I feel like VR is like still a fairly niche thing. Like, people know what it is, but I think like the fact that it's so expensive and the fact that like there's a lot more like psychological and physical hurdles you have to get over. Like, people need to have enough space to do it safely. People need to figure out how to not get motion sickness. Like, I feel like there's a lot more hurdles we have to jump over. Like, Yeah, it's becoming more affordable. I'm sure it's probably more affordable than it probably was a few years ago, but like, I wouldn't say it's like mainstream affordable, It's like the new consoles of the times. Yeah. Oh yeah, because now there's like different ones. Like you got like PlayStation VR and you got like Oculus and you got what are the other ones? I don't actually know the other ones. I think hardware is expensive. I look at how expensive it is to commission someone and go, huh? Yeah, I can buy a capture card for the price of an illustration. Yeah. I don't know, that's why I've never been like much of a skeb person. Like, I'll commission people every once in a while, especially if I have something specific to commission them for, right? Like, obviously I'm gonna pay for like upgrades to the EGGY model, but like, to just like skeb random art, I feel like there are better uses of my money. Like, I'm sure once I'm content, if I ever hit one day where like I have a nice computer and I have functioning technology and I have like, you know, all the necessary gadgets and stuff, maybe one day I'll get more into skeb, but that day has not come and I don't think it's gonna come anytime soon. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so we've got 18 rows. What next? So knit 2. Okay, now will this actually result in the necessary, because it says, okay, knit 2 together, knit 4, knit 2 together, knit 2. This should be 14 stitches. I don't know if this is actually going to result in 14 stitches, but we'll see. So let's see, knit 2, knit 2 together, knit 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, knit 2 together, knit 2. Okay, so at least the numbers check out, I think. I don't know if I've... Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These numbers don't check out at all. These numbers... Oh my god, I think... Yeah, I think we have found another weakness of the robot. So knitting 2 together decreases it by 1 stitch, right? Because it takes 2 stitches and merges them together, so they're now 1 stitch. So like, knitting 2 together is what you do when you need to decrease stitches. So it means that, but for some reason the pattern seems to think that like I have added stitches, but it's like, okay, I have actually decreased stitches. So there is now 10 stitches and not 14 stitches. Beautiful work. Thanks ChatGPT. Okay. Yeah, I think it thinks that knit 2 together increases the stitches when it does not. Actually, no, it's just throwing numbers in there. Because after that it asks you to knit 1, knit 2 together, knit 4, knit 2 together, knit 1. And this will give you 12 stitches. Which no it won't, because we're already at 10 stitches and you're not adding anything. Yeah, they're just throwing in numbers. I'll just disregard what's at the end of the sentence there, because it doesn't make any sense. There's no sense. Knitting math, yeah. ChatGPT is failing at basic math, or I think just nobody told it what knit 2 together means. Knit 2 together doesn't add stitches, it decreases stitches. ChatGPT doesn't think. Yeah, exactly. I don't think ChatGPT knows how yarn works. Yeah. The mobile gaming market makes more money than the PC and console stuff combined. Yeah, that too. But like, I don't know. I feel like phone games aren't as fun as they used to be. Yeah. Got Honeyman from the first fourth. Nice going. Okay. Guess you're not gonna rank up today. Okay, let's see. So, knit 1. Knit 2 together. Knit 2 together. Okay. Knit 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Knit 2 together, knit 1. Okay, so at least those numbers are checking out. I don't know why it's throwing in these things at the end of the sentence. Knit 2 together, knit 1. Knit 1, okay. guess? I guess? Not totally on board with this one. Okay. Let me knit a row, though. Let me knit a row. Okay. Yeah. That person got away both tiles. I could have dropped enter tab 5. No! Such a zhong. Such a zhong. Okay. Okay. And let's see. So then I have to knit 2. Are these numbers gonna add up? I don't trust these numbers to add up. So knit 2 together, knit 2, no, these literally don't add up. They don't add up at all. They don't add up at all. I can't finish. Okay, because it asked me to knit 2 together, knit 2 together, knit 2. There is only enough stitches to do about 4/5 of this. Yeah, I can't do that knit 2 at the end. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Okay. And then, I don't know, there's almost certainly not going to be enough stitches at the end to do whatever it is it wants me to do after. So let's, hold on. This head is going to be all sorts of misshapen. Also, this bear is not going to have any ears. Does ChatGPT know that teddy bears need to have ears? There's no ears. There's a head, there's arms, there's legs. Finishing. Yeah, there's no ears mentioned anywhere. This guy's just gonna be like a very skinny bear with no ears. Maybe I'll have mercy. I'll have mercy and make him little ears. Okay, so knit 1, knit 2 together. And as predicted, there's not enough stitches to finish this off. Knit 2 together. Knit 2. I'm still supposed to knit 2 more together and then knit 1, but those stitches don't exist, so I guess I'm just gonna have to finish off the row. And now I'm supposed to knit 2 together, which I cannot do because there is an uneven number of stitches, so I guess I'll just do 2 and then 3? So 2... Do I want to do 3 together? I guess this is where we're at. This is where ChatGPT has led me to. Like, these numbers don't add up at all. Here we go. So, cut the yarn leaving a long tail. Thread the tail through a yarn needle, slip the stitches onto needle, and pull tight to close the top of the head. I guess? But like, there's nothing to pull. There's no top of the head. I don't even think I need a yarn needle for this because there's nowhere to loop it into. Like, it's literally just the 2 stitches. Like, I can do this without a needle. I can just pass this through. Like... So, it looks like our bear is either going to be very flat, because this is what we got so far. Like, our bear is going to be either very skinny or very flat. Like, our bear is gonna look like this. But let's see what the arms and legs are gonna look like. He's very cylindrical. She can fix it. I can fix him. I don't know if I can. Either he's that or he's gonna be like a one-dimensional bear. I think he might be a one-dimensional bear. Like, just like a puppet and also have no ears. I guess I can give him a little face. He's just gonna be flat. He's just gonna be hanging like this. Like, I can't fold this up and stuff it because there's nowhere to stuff. He's just gonna be like a long stick. She can fix it? I don't think I can. I don't think I can. I don't think I can do this, guys. Okay. So either way, we have to get onto the arms, which shouldn't take very long anyway. So cast on 6 stitches. I don't know where you plan to sew this on, but okay. Okay. 6 stitches. 1. Oh goodness, these are gonna be long legs comparison though. Because it says knit 12 rows in garter stitch. Also, okay, so the arms and legs are gonna have a completely different texture from the rest of the bear. Which is a curious choice. Can't wait for ChatGPT bear. I'm gonna try and make him work. You know? He's gonna have a rough existence, but at least I'm gonna try to, you know, like give him... He's gonna have a soul. I'm gonna try to give him a soul, you know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like... I do not wish to, you know, bring these into existence, but if I do, then at least I owe them a comfortable existence. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder too, I'm like, what if I would have picked like a different project? Like what if I did like gloves or something? Can you imagine like AI generated gloves? They probably have the wrong number of fingers. Or like all the fingers would be like the wrong length. AI generated glove with like 7.5 fingers. See, maybe I could make this work if I sewed double the pieces. Because I feel like this bear could work if he was just like a little longer, you know? Or not longer, but like wider. Like I feel like if I had like 2 of these, if I had 2 of these, I could probably sew them together and make a half decent bear. But like, there's just one. There's just one. Yeah. AI generated hand. Yeah. Hand's scary. Okay, so this is row 4. See, at least because it's in stocking stitch. So, garter stitch is when you knit every row. And stocking stitch is when you alternate between knit stitches and purl stitches for each row. So it gives like kind of a different texture. Like, and also like, so garter stitch is like more, it gives kind of, not garter stitch, sorry, stocking stitch. Stocking stitch gives more of that kind of like braid. Like you see, like this is my sleeve. I didn't make this sweater, but this is like an example of stocking stitch. So stocking stitch looks like, it'll have like kind of like that nice like braid look on both, or on one side, and then on the other side, it looks kind of like, hold on, I have to like roll this up to demonstrate. It kind of looks more like this kind of thing on the inside, kind of this like hooked, like woven pattern. Whereas garter stitch will look like this on both sides. So the rest of this project has been done in garter stitch, as you can see. But it's asking for me to do the legs in stocking stitch for reasons beyond my comprehension. Such is ChatGPT. But yeah, this is definitely not going to be stuffable. This is not going to be stuffable. Like, this is going to be way too narrow to fit anything into. And, like, I know not all plushies need to have their limbs stuffed. Like, I've made that mistake once or twice. I think the time I made the rat, one of the times where I made one of my rats, I was like, oh, I want to stuff the legs. Like, because I'm like, oh yeah, like the leg should be stuffed because otherwise he's just gonna have limp little legs. And then I realized after I finished the pattern why the legs for the rat usually weren't stuffed, because like they were super stiff. Like the rat couldn't, like the legs had no flexibility to them. So sometimes there's a reason when stuff goes unstuffed. But I don't think ChatGPT has that kind of intentionality to it. This is a leg, right? No, okay, this is a leg. The arms are exactly the same, but you okay, you do 10 rows instead of 12 rows. Okay. So yeah, it's just gonna be this for the rest of the stream, I guess. Here we go. So how many rows are we at? It's only been like 6, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 5 more. Eight. We need to brainstorm a name for our bear, I think. He needs a name. He's going to have a miserable enough existence, but he at least should deserve a name. He deserves a name. Let's give him a name. Any ideas? I'm proposing, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to stuff him. I think he's just gonna be like he's just gonna be flat. He's gonna be like 2-dimensional. I propose to call him Flat GPT. Let's see. 2. Go. Does it ever tell you to cast these off? Oh no, bind off. Okay, never mind. We're good. We're good. There we go. Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 2 more. Just 11 and 12. Here we go. And then we'll have 1 leg. Single leg. Chat Grizz PT. Chat GP Teddy. He still has no ears. Like, I'm gonna have to deviate from the pattern here at some point and, like, make sure he has ears. Because he's currently earless. He's just, like, a head. It's gonna be very cursed. Yeah, chat GP Teddy. For our flat bear. Because, yeah, the instructions also, too, for sewing them together are incredibly vague. So I guess I'm also going to have to take a lot of liberties there. Because, like, usually for sewing things together, they'll specify. They're like, oh, yeah, take this stitch down this side of it and, like, stitch this part closed using this. But here it just says, sew the head to the body. So I guess I was supposed to do the head separately from the body, I guess, if they want me to sew it together. But they never said to cast on. They just didn't say it. So sew the head to the body, attach safety eyes, sew the arms and legs to the body. They don't specify how. Stuff the bear firmly, and then sew up any remaining openings. This is not how any human-made, this is not how any human-made pattern would actually do this, you know? This is not how they would do it. Usually they're a lot more specific on, like, Because, like, I've seen patterns where they don't specify how to, like, close anything up, and people will complain. They're like, hey, can you specify? Otherwise we don't know. So this is one leg. This is one leg. So yeah, this is just gonna be a flat bear. This bear is just gonna be entirely flat. With a different texture for his legs. Because I can't sew this up. Like, unless he's, like, super long. Like this. But then the head is gonna be, like, super pointy. Yeah, this is shaping up to be incredibly cursed. I'm gonna have to, like, uncurse him. Be like this. If I keep him flat. What does ChatGPT think a teddy bear does? What do they think it's for? What do they think is the purpose of a teddy bear? Let's make the other leg. Like, you can't hug this thing. This thing is not gonna comfort me on a dark and stormy night. No child is gonna look at it and feel a sense of comfort. If you stuff it a bit, it'll look rounder. No, you can't. Here's the thing. If you want to stuff something and have it look round, it needs to be round in the first place before you stuff it. Like, you can't stuff something... Because, like, yeah, you can probably maybe stretch this, like, horizontally. But, like, you can't stuff something... It's like, you can't stuff something that isn't round into being round. Like... Even if I stuffed it, I don't think I could get much bigger than this. Plus, like, it's gonna look really bad because, like, the more you stretch something when you stuff it, you're gonna get, like, big holes, right? Like, I remember when I made a rat plushie a while back, and one of them was just, like, it was a very fat rat, but you could see the holes. You could see the stuffing inside because I'd overstuffed him to the point that, like, you could, like, see through it, right? Like, you see the same way you can see my keyboard through here like this right now, right? So, yeah, I think you might just be a flat bear. I think you might just be, like, I don't know, something you can attach to a sweater or something. How many stitches is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's like a bit, I think it's a bit like how, like, if you have, like, a shirt that doesn't fit, like, having a stretchy fabric is not going to make it fit better. It's just going to be like, well, now it's just stretching around you a lot more, right? That doesn't mean it's going to fit, right? My childhood stuffed animal didn't really look like any particular animal. Yeah, I guess it could also be the instructions were not clear enough. I mean, this is also because it's made by an AI that doesn't know how knitting works, so there's that too. Like, the instructions for the head were unintelligible, like, the numbers just didn't check out. I'm following this to the letter, to the best of my ability. But yeah, it didn't really look like any particular animal. I guess that's true, but this guy's not even getting ears. Like, this guy doesn't even have the luxury of having ears. The pattern, too, at the bottom is like, feel free to customize the pattern by using different colors, adding a scarf, or other embellishments. And I'm like, are ears embellishments now? Is hearing a luxury? Let's see. I'm gonna get some more water. Hold on. I'm gonna dink some water. Okay. Drinking from my big oiter. Okay. We're almost there, though. Until we have to figure out how to attach these things together. Maybe I can at least try to give him a cute face, I guess. Okay, sorry. I feel like I'm talking less, but I'm like, I'm focusing. I'm focusing. I'm going intense. I'm gonna morb. Gonna go into extreme knitting mode. Extreme overdrive. I'm gonna go, Gonna become a real life knitting machine. My hands are a machine that takes yarn and turns it into knitted fabric. I'm extremely good knitting, Iggy. I'm powerful knitting, Iggy. I was a minute behind. Oh, is the connection okay? Or is this just YouTube? I know YouTube, like, latency is, like, worse than Twitch's. I think we were talking about this earlier. Like, YouTube latency is, like, kind of ridiculous. I don't know how anybody streams in these conditions. I think there's a reason why most of the people, I think, who I see streaming on Twitch are people who have, like, you know, like, it's like HoloLive and stuff, where they have, like, a big chat that's mostly spamming emotes. Because I can't see how anybody can have a conversation in these conditions. Yeah. Oh, sometimes you pause. Oh. That's not supposed to happen. I do not think that that's supposed to happen. I think that is a sign of problems. Yeah. Sometimes you pause and then you unpause and forget. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, did I have it, like, set to, like, you can backtrack? I don't know, I'll have to play around with the settings for YouTube to get it, like, better connected. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or this is 8. Oh wait, no, this is 10. Yeah, this is 10. Yeah, Pokemon is rumored to be moving away from Twitch. Yeah, isn't she, like, going to, Kick? The Forbidden Lands? Like, I don't know. It's so weird because, like, I feel like I keep hearing about, like, all these streamers, like, switching to Kick. I don't think I know a single person with an actual account on that site that they use for viewing. Like, it seems to be a thing that just exists because they had enough money to throw at streamers to go there. But, like, I don't think, I'm like, does anybody, like, actively choose to use it? The $50 tiny cookie girl? What? The Kick is what I heard. But yeah, no, I feel like Kick is just, like, they had a lot of money to throw at a lot of, like, big streamers. But, like, I don't know. I don't think I've seen a lot of people move there out of their own free will, is my point. You're in the wrong bubble, I think. That's fair. I also think, because I look at, like, the, because, like, okay, I know the gender demographics on Twitch aren't, like, optimal in terms of, like, you know, male to female ratio. But, like, I look at the kind of streamers that, like, Kick is trying to court, and I'm, like, looking at it, and I'm like, have fun with your, like, 100% male viewership ratio. Like, it's... I can't foresee... Like, at least there are some people on Twitch that are, like, have a female audience. Or at least have, like, some chunk of a female audience. But I'm, like, looking at, like... And YouTube, I think, has probably more. But I'm looking at like Kick and I'm like, yeah, that's just gonna be like a 100% male audience. There's not gonna be a single female viewer on that platform. Yeah, it sounds like Kick wants to be the EGS of stream platform. I don't know what EGS is, so I cannot comment on that. But then again, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that goes on Twitch that I'm like, I'm on Twitch and I still don't know about. Like, people will be like, oh, this is guy streamer and he has like 9 million followers and like average view count of 10 billion, and I'm like, I've never heard of this guy before. They're like, he's the biggest guy on Twitch, and I'm like, I don't know who this is. Yeah, Epic Game Store. Ah, okay, so like an alternative, I guess. But like, I don't know. I've never used the Epic Game Store because there's nothing there. There's nothing there that Steam doesn't have for me. Okay, so we got 2 legs onto this like very cursed body. They're not even like rounded at the end. Like, even if I folded them, they're just sticks. It's like a stick. This is like a stickman version of a teddy bear. Like, very lucrative for content creators, but not valuable to the consumers themselves. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that. Okay, so the arms I think are the same as the legs, except slightly shorter. Yeah, 10 rows instead of. Oh wait, no, it asked for garter stitch. So then why did it give me stockinette stitch? Okay, so I read that wrong. But I feel like I'm being gaslit because I could have sworn it said stocking stitch. So I guess the legs will just be a different texture, but that's on me. That's because I messed up. So why did it give you a direction? Because like it shows the abbreviations at the beginning of the patterns. Like CEO means cast on, K means knit, P means purl, K2 tog means knit 2 stitches together. STST means stockinette stitch. But they never use stockinette stitch. It's just been garter stitch. Yeah, that's on me. That's on me though. That's on me for misreading, but yeah, the free games are fine, but I refuse, and in retrospect that was the right call because I was overwhelmed by my arguably tiny backlog. Well, the thing is like, I feel like the Epic Game Store seems to exist for people who play games that I don't particularly like. That's a thing for me. Like, it seems to like exist more for like big budget AAA stuff. I know there's been like a few indie games that have had like been like Epic Game Store exclusives, but they were never ones I was interested in, so I feel like they don't have much in terms of like VNs either, or like any visual novels they might have, they probably also have on Steam. Yeah. Steam just keeps doing everything better consistently. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think the only game I don't have through Steam is Minecraft, but that's because like they don't have it on Steam. Like, that's it. That's like the only game I have like a separate launcher for. EGS has done some console since, but like getting people exclusively released on there. Yeah, like it's. Okay, there's something that's really bugging me in YouTube chat is that like I can't. So you know how there's like an emote button in the bottom right corner, right? I see it in my chat as well. It's blocking. It blocks the like far right side of whatever comment is there. It's very annoying. Not a fan. It's fine when chat is moving quickly because then somebody can say like, yeah, whoever says the next thing can like, yeah, whoever says the next thing is getting it, but like, yeah. Epic has 10 cents to subsidize their giveaways, basically. Oh yeah, I guess Genshin. Genshin I also have a separate launcher for, but like I haven't touched Genshin in a very long time. The thing with Genshin is like, I feel like every time I'm in the mood to play it, it's like, oh, you haven't played it for so long. We now have like 3 hours of updates to install, and I'm like, okay, that's on me for not opening it more often. But also, like, I don't feel like waiting 3 hours, so I'm just not gonna play it. And then I don't touch it for several more months, and then by then I have like, you know, 10 hours worth of updates. Yeah. Oh, everyone slows down when you open the emote menu. Yeah. Yeah. Not a fan. Yeah. That's the good part, though. Yeah, because then you don't have to play Genshin Impact. Yeah, I get what you're getting at. You wait for 3 hours and then play a JRPG. Yeah, but then I'm like, if I want to play, I don't know. I feel like when I want to play something, I want to play that thing. Like, I don't want to play something similar to it. Like, if I want to play Genshin, I want to play Genshin. Then, like, trying to, like, substitute it with something else is not going to cut it. And sometimes, you know, if you want to play something that's, like, broader, if I'm like, oh, I want to play an RPG Maker game, then, like, okay, that's broader. I have choices. But sometimes you just want to be like, I want to play this. And this specifically. I want a gacha for waifu, I'll play more Mahjong Soul. Yeah, well, I didn't actually... I don't know, I don't think I gacha that much in Genshin. I wasn't very good at the game. That's the thing. Yeah. Ubisoft has their own launcher shenanigans. Well, I don't play any of their games, so... Yeah, I guess gacha games might be cheaper than commissioning waifus yourselves. Yeah, well, probably. But, like... Again, I was never, like, a huge gacha person. Like, I played games with gacha, but, like, I didn't play them for the gacha. I don't even know if I think there's maybe, like, 2 games ever that I've dropped money on. And only one of those I dropped a significant amount of money. Like, I think Mahjong Soul is the only one where I've, like, spent a specific, like, a significant amount of money, right? Bang Dream, I think I dropped, like, $15 on it once. But, yeah, like... Again, I'm not like a huge gacha spender. So, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Yeah, if you're far enough in Genshin, you get peak story. See, my problem too is that I was playing Genshin like wrong. Like, I would never be trying to like upgrade my guys. I'm a very like aesthetics based gamer, I think, where I'm just like, okay, well, I will do this thing because it looks cool or because it sounds cool, even if it's like the less, like even if it's not as good of a thing to do, right? So I think because of that, like, that made me bad at Genshin because I would never level anything up properly. I would never be doing anything other than the combos that looked cool. Like, one thing I like to do was, like, in fights is that I would, like, switch between, like, I would have, like, a water character and then, like, an electric character. So I would just, like, switch between, like, getting everybody wet and then, like, setting them on electrocuting them. Or, like, I would use electricity and fire a lot. Like, I just needed literally any electricity person and literally any fire person. Yeah, my guys were weak. Yeah, this is why you get carried by your Genshin addicted friends. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's all the other thing too is like... I mean, my friends played it. I don't know if they still do, but... I think a lot of people moved on to Honkai. Yeah, I spent some money on Magia Wrecker, and then they announced the servers would go down right after. Rest in peace. I don't know, like... It feels so weird because I know they spent so much money on, like, advertising it in English. Like, I remember seeing a lot of ads for it, and, like, I think they had, like, one character that was exclusive to the international server, and then they just, like, closed it. And I'm like, I guess that didn't work? Or same with Princess Connect. They poured a lot of money into that, and then that didn't go anywhere either. And now it's gone. And now we're getting, like, what, the Love Live one that's, like, opening, like, it's starting in February, and then it's closing in May, and I'm like, why? Why? Very silly. Silly business. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So this is a very stubby arm. This is a very stubby arm. It's the correct amount of stitches, I guess. Yeah, announced and canceled on the same tweet recently. Yeah, that was the Love Live one, yeah. I think it's specifically for the English version, because I think the Japanese version already exists, but I think that one's also hitting end of service or sometime around the same time. So basically the English one, they're launching it, and then within about, like, 3 or 4 months, they're just, like, closing it, which I think is absolutely, like, just eat the loss at that point and don't launch it. Like, okay. Yeah, Review Starlight is still chugging on. Yeah. It's so weird. I feel like the ones, because I feel like Madoka Magica probably was more, like, I feel like that probably made more money than Review Starlight, and yet Review Starlight gets to stay, and Madoka Magica is gone. I don't know. Yeah, I even got the international exclusive. See, the thing with Magia Record, I think for me, is I was really invested in the story, but, like, I didn't like the gameplay. So a lot of the time, it was like, why is this annoying turn-based thing interrupting my nice and good visual novel? Okay, so this is an arm, which feels very chumbly. It's a very This is the arm. This is the arm in comparison to the body. Look how tiny it is. Look how it's just so stubby. It's so stubby. It's just nothing. Even if I fold it in half, even if I fold my guy in half, it's still like so disproportionately short. Oh, my guy. Okay. It's Moe. It's Moe. Okay, let's do the last arm and then we can try and figure out the mystery of how to assemble this thing. Okay. Yeah, Madoka Magica might have higher licensing costs? Maybe. But, like, I feel like just the brand recognition should, like, offset it, right? Yeah, the payout was really bad on North American servers. I don't know, I never really did gacha much for that one either. I was, like, invested in the story. It was an interesting story. But no, I was not particularly invested in the gacha. Yeah. But yeah, I haven't played it, but yeah. Yeah, releasing might fulfill the end of the contract. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think it's like, I don't know. I think it's just also frustrating because, like, I feel like there's so many games that, like, hit end of service and, like, there's no way to preserve them at all. Like, I don't even know if it's possible to do, like, private. I know some games people figure out how to do private servers for them, but, like, it's just kind of unfortunate, I guess. It'll work out. ChatGPT is the wisest. Yeah, trust the robots. We have to trust the robots. Yeah, they might expect even higher numbers to offset their licensing costs. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, there's also, like, plenty of gachas that, like, never got out of Japan just because they didn't do very well. Like, wasn't there, like, a Monogatari gacha game that just, like, never... It just never made it to English. Like, I think it shuttered before then. Also, I remember Magia Record. I don't know if the Monogatari girls ever made it to the English version, but I remember at least in the Japanese version, they had, you could pull for, like, some of the Monogatari girls, which I thought was really cool. Maybe they wasted too much money. Maybe the game shuttered because they, spent too much money on, getting those, like, super fancy magical girl transformation scenes for every single character. Egbert, hello Nanora. We are currently making, I'm working on the last arm. I have generated a teddy bear pattern with ChatGPT. I don't think ChatGPT knows what a teddy bear is. So this is what it looks like so far. And then, this is my one leg. And where's my other leg? Here's my second leg. And here's one arm. There is no ears. The pattern does not call for ears. I don't think I'm gonna stuff this because if I stuff him, it's like, I don't think you can even stuff the head. Like, there's nowhere to stuff it. So I think this might just be a flat bear. This might just be a flat bear. I'm gonna try to give him a face. I'm probably gonna have to deviate from the pattern a bit and give him ears because I feel bad. But yeah, we're talking about Gotcha games that closed. But yeah, at the very least, Bang Dream is also still chugging along. Knitting streams are most comfy streams VTubers can make. I'll try to make more of them. I need more things I can knit. Live 2D bear. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's like Live 2D. This is like the PSD. I'm making the PSD for a bear. Because, yeah, like, the thing with knitting streams, though, is just that, like, I have the stuff with me after. So I need to, like, make stuff that I can actually use as well. Because other than that, like, I don't know, sometimes I wonder. I look at stuff like I look at, like, Uwu to Awo. And I look at the stuff he does on stream, and I'm like, how does he dispose of any of this? Or does he just have, like, a bunch of, like, cursed, dangerous inventions just lying around his house? Like, because I have a bunch of, like, you know, stuff I did on stream for knitting that's just, like, sitting around. And I don't always know what to do with it. Yeah. Technically, the only gacha I'm playing is Mahjong. Yeah, same. I haven't played Bang Dream in forever. They had a Hololive collab recently. I think it's still going. But yeah, they did covers with the Bang Dream girls. Which is nice, I think. I know they did one of Stellar, which I think was really neat because I didn't Suisei like have like one of the Bang Dream bands on a stream once, which I thought was really cool. But yeah, he disassembles them, I guess. Yeah, I guess he is an engineer. It's his job to have crap. Yeah, I guess there's probably things he can reuse for parts. But the problems with knitting and yarn, you can't really do that. I guess you can just tie the yarn back together, but then your yarn's gonna have knots in it, which is not ideal. Yeah, his stream's supposed to be a pain to clean. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, like... Because when I'm done streaming, oftentimes, I'm, like, super tired. Like, I just want to, like, do nothing for, like, a little bit. But, like, I'm imagining he turns off stream, and there's just, like, a puddle of goo on the floor, and now he has no choice but to clean that up, just right at the end. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Okay, 3 more. Yeah. Unless it's a second Holo collab. Yeah. Have they been around for a while? I don't know. There was a few of them, because I know there was one they did for Marine. There was one they did for Botan. There was one for Suisei. I don't know how recently they were uploaded. It's just that YouTube only recently started throwing them into my recommended feed. I think they've had multiple ones, though. In the same way that they've done, like, multiple Vocaloid collabs. I think they've done multiple... They've done multiple holos, I think. Was one yarn thread, can it be unraveled? No, because I have to keep cutting the yarn. You can, I could unravel this, but then I would be stuck with a bunch of, like, random yarn that's just of all different lengths. Yeah. As if, like, goo on the floor for his latest curse. Yeah. That was, like, the birth simulator, right? I think I walked into the stream, like... I missed all the building part. I walked into the stream right as the, quote-unquote birth was happening. I witnessed the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... Okay, one more. Yeah, that's for the Fujoshis. But yeah, like, so many of his streams are just like, well, we accidentally invented a robot that catapults food around. So yeah, I can imagine those are probably a huge pain to clean up too. Yeah. As a contractor having, yeah. Yeah, like I missed all the building part. Yes, the wonders of life. Yeah. Yeah, also too much shenanigans. I think the thing with like his streams is I keep walking in towards the end. I think just because of like where my time zone or like my time slot lines up with his. Usually I keep like walking in right at the end. So I feel like I never see him building anything. I just walk in at the moment where it's complete and he's like testing it out. So I walk in and it was like, you know, something's on fire or something. A hot dog's being launched across the room. He's not even an engineer at this point. He's just like a guy who makes a mess. Camper left quite a while. Oh yeah, definitely. Like, obviously I think his was like, he had to make it to be sped up because like, otherwise, like, yeah, like his definitely had to be sped up. Because like, yeah, usually it takes like, what, like 8 hours or something? Like, if, at some point, like, I think if it goes on too long, they just like start to employ different methods. But like, I've definitely heard of people being in labor for up to like, what, like a day? Yeah, like it would have lasted that long. Yeah, okay, so here's our very cursed bear. I can't stuff this because there's nowhere to stuff. Like, this is what he looks like. Just look at him. This is what ChatGPT thinks a bear looks like. I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna do the face. I'm gonna do the face first. I'm gonna do the face first, and I'll sew everything else together. So first what I need to do is actually find my yarn needle, because I'm just constantly... Oh, there it is. I'm constantly losing that thing. I have a bit of white yarn here. I think I'll... Is this attached to another project? I think this might be attached to something else. Hold on. Whatever I was doing has to be less important than this. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm gonna use white just for better contrast, because I use like a dark brown yarn, and I think it shows up as like black on the hand cam, I think, just with the light. It is actually a dark brown, but I will use white just so it contrasts better. Yeah, it could be bear. It's getting there. It's getting there. Again, he still doesn't have ears. He's earless. Like, he cannot hear. He cannot wear earrings. He cannot even wear headphones. That's how sad this situation is. He's gonna become one of those people that, like, play videos in public with sound. An extremely terrible fate. I would not wish this on my worst enemy. Okay, so I guess we'll do, like, one eye here, I guess? I'm scared the eyes are not gonna have a soul. That's my fear. I just want my guy to have a soul, you know? Oh, whoops. Her without the ear, so just B. Yeah, just a B. Just a B. Maybe this is too far apart. Nah, I think this will be alright. It'll be alright. Yeah. I don't know, I feel like that's become like a new thing I get. Yeah, the worst people on... I know, I don't know when in like... I feel like it's just been like something in like the past few years. Like I think it just like since COVID, at some point, it just became like socially acceptable to do this. And it bugs me to no end. Because it's like... It's one thing if you're with people, I think. Like, I think if you're like in public and you see a video and you want to show it to your friend, that's acceptable, I think. But like, it bugs me when you have people that are like just watching stuff by themselves. Like, no one is around. Nobody else needs to hear this. And yet, there they are with their, like, no headphones. Just with their TikTok blaring. And to me, I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just, like, a very private person when it comes to this kind of stuff. But I feel like I get really self-conscious listening to anything. Like, even if I'm home alone, I use headphones. Because I'm so, like... I don't want other people to hear what I'm watching. Even if I'm not watching anything that's, like, worth being embarrassed about. Okay, so we got one eye. That doesn't look too bad, I think. You know, maybe this will, I'll carry this over. I'll carry the string over and do the other eye, I think. Okay, let me find a good place to put this. Yeah, I think that's lined up enough. Yeah. And even then, too, I'm just like, especially if you're in a phone call with somebody. Like, it's one thing if I can hear what you're saying, because that, you know, it's hard to avoid that, but I'm just like, I don't know. I've heard some very dramatic phone calls going on in public where I'm like, are you sure that the person on the other end wants, like, what they're saying completely blared out to the public? Are you sure about that? You sure they're okay with that? Why would they play their TikTok in public transport? Yeah, I mean, okay, I can understand, like, you know, you're on the bus, you're just, like, scrolling TikTok. It's whatever, like, it's your time. The bus is your time. You can do whatever you want, but, like, I don't know, at least you do whatever you want with headphones in, you know? And, like, it's one thing, too, because it's never even children. Like, I understand parents wouldn't want their kids using, like, headphones at a super young age because, like, I know it can, like, there's some issues with, like, ear damage that can cause, like, understandable. But it's always just, like, when you have people who are, like, fully grown adults that are doing this, you're like, really, guys, now? Really? Okay, so he has eyes. He doesn't look like a bear. I mean, he does have some kind of charm to him. I don't think it's the charm a teddy bear is supposed to have. But it definitely does have some kind of charm to him. Hold on, I need to plug in my phone. Sorry if my face goes wonky for a bit as I figure this thing out. Let's see. Are you plugged in or do I have to oh, I have to pull out my whole stand. Here we go. 1 second. My face is about to do some very weird things. Yeah. Their house burned down. How unfortunate. To be fair, that might be excusable on public transport. Yeah. But yeah, public transport is just like... Wah! Hold on. My face is about to disappear. Give me a second. I just barely have the amount of space I need to do this on my desk. Hold on. I, like, push my keyboard back, and now I barely have space for the phone stand. Here we go. Okay, here we go. I think we're good. I think we're still alive. We're still alive. Okay. Not charm, but swag. I don't even know if I would call it swag. Let's see what happens once I put in the nose and mouth, though. Maybe they'll change. Barely. Just barely. Aha! Aha! Okay, why am I doing this? I feel like I keep doing that out of habit. Where I'm like, no, I need to be doing this. Because I'm like, I kind of want to see if I can give him a little smile. But I feel like I'm worried that it's going to look creepy. I'm worried. I don't want him to come out creepy. Like, I want him to come out, you know, maybe not nice, but like, at least gentle looking, you know? I think there's a tweet like, miniature painting streamers subsist on 6 inches of desk space. Honestly, yeah. Again, my desk was not built for a PC setup. So I'm just, like, making do with what I have. But, like, I know if I had one more thing on here, like, if I had a stream deck, I would completely be out of space. Like, I want a stream deck because I know it'll be useful, but I also know I'm going to be completely out of space. Okay, so I guess the nose, the base of the nose can be, like, here. And kind of fan it out to here. Whoop. Yeah, you can redo the smile, see if you can get like an ooh. Yeah, yeah. Here we go. I'm trying to like kind of getting it to like fan out a little so it looks like a nose. Here we go. There we go. That's fairly nose looking, I think. You know, it's not It has charm to it. It has charm to it. I guess we can like put the mouth down here. And we'll do from here down to here. Let's see, will this look creepy if I do it like this? Let me see. Time to test this out. Oh no, it looks okay, I think, so far. There's a little smile to him. Yeah, that could be worse. That could be worse. Could be worse. We got a little ooh-woo mouth going. Yeah, that's not bad at all, actually. This is pretty cute. Whether this looks cute with the rest of it. I don't know, he kind of looks like he should be more of a rabbit. Like, I feel like if I made bunny ears, I feel like this would almost look better. I wonder if there's like a way, can I like I feel like this guy has like rabbit vibes now. Yeah. I think this is how ChatGPT sees itself. We've made him. This is the official mascot of ChatGPT. This is what he looks like. When you visualize ChatGPT, we're not visualizing like a robot or anything anymore. This is what we're visualizing. Maybe we can make him a cat. Maybe we can make him a cat, so it becomes like ChatGPT. Like, you know, because like cat in French is chat, but it's spelled like chat in English. So we call him like ChatGPT. Maybe I'll make him cat ears. Make him a cat. Yeah. How are you gonna stuff this if you sew the face to the back of the head? No, this won't be the back of the head. What I'm thinking I would have to either do to make this stuffable is either to make everything twice. Because I feel like in order to get the width necessary to stuff this, like if I had a second one of these, I could make that the back of the head. But I don't, and we are sticking to the pattern here. Yeah, rabbit feel, check that. Yeah, it has more rabbit vibes, I think. I wouldn't say this is bear, this is, yeah, a lot more rabbit vibes. So, either way, I have to cut this. Yeah, bear, yeah. Lapinesque, yeah. So a bear, werewolf with like another animal, yeah. Again, he's got charm. He's doing his best. Let me pick up my brown yarn again so that we can start on actually sewing everything else together, though. So I think we're just gonna leave him flat for now because there's no way that I can do this. There's no way to fix this unless I just knit everything again twice. Like, there's just no way to fix this. God, I keep getting, like, hair stuck. Because, like, the downside of having really long hair is that it keeps getting stuck in my yarn when I knit. Or like, I don't know, my yarn just picks up hair. I don't know how. Even if I like cover it, if I store it in a covered container, it keeps picking it up. I don't know how everybody else who knits doesn't have the same issue. Like, is this a skill issue on my end? I have no idea. This is also why I'm like, I don't know, scared to sell things that I make. Because I'm like, I'm gonna have to like clean them beforehand because I feel like I'm scared that there's just like so much hair inside. Like, realistically, well, A, it's kind of gross, but also just, like, I don't know. If someone, like, doxes me. What if someone's just, like, doxing me through my DNA? Okay, yeah, that should be long enough. Okay, I guess we can sew the head to the body. I guess like this? Hair and yarn sounds witchy? I don't know. It's just like, it's not witchy. I'm just bad at storing my yarn, I guess. Again, there's other people I know who have long hair and knit, so like, I'm sure it can't be that much of a problem. But, I don't know. Maybe I'm, again, skill issue? Maybe. I don't think we can do any like too complicated stitching on this for attaching them together. Yeah, I'll just do a very simple stitch here. DNA results came back. 100% eggy, 100% nice. Nice and good. Yeah, 50% nice, 50% good. Yeah, I don't know. I just like... I don't know. To me, it just feels weird and gross, too. Like, I'm like, I don't know. I'm sure I could get it out if I just, like, clean my stuff before I send it out. Which you probably should do anyway, but, like... Doing my little eggy dance. I think his head is like slightly off center too. Here we go. But yeah, no, it's like they make DNA eggy clones. Yeah, 31% eggy, 60% nice one. 69% nice. Nice. Yes, 100% egg. Okay, we're almost there with the head, and then I'll have to figure out how to do the arms and legs. I haven't totally decided how I'm going to do that yet. Sorry, I'm just vibing to my music. This is a good playlist. Which one was it? Was I just like picked like a No Thoughts Head Empty Nintendo music playlist. So this one's been a good playlist. I'm feeling very No Thoughts Head Empty. Okay, head has been attached to the body. There we go. But no, I don't know. I guess I'm not a very head empty person. My head is full of thoughts on a regular basis. I'm like the opposite. Many thoughts, head full. There we go. Okay, now the legs, it doesn't elaborate on how to attach the legs. So I'm assuming I'm going to attach it from the bottom, I guess like this. And the arms like this, I guess. I guess that checks out, I guess. Yeah. I should have left the strings on these longer so I could, like, actually use them to sew it up. Because, like, ideally I would like to sew it from behind. So it has, like, a little angle to it, but I think that would make them too short. But it wouldn't be impossible. I don't know. What do you think? I need a second opinion here. Would it be better from the side, or would it be better from, like, at a slight angle? Like from behind at an angle, because like from the side it's stuck with that position. But I'm just curious of, like, now that they're sewn together, what would it look like if I sewed it together and stuffed it? It's just a tube. Just a tube. just a tube. Yeah, no, I'm not I'm not stuffing this. Here we go. I'm gonna drink some water. Nya. Nya. Okay. Bear sushi. Yeah, it's just like a roll. I'm gonna like cut them up into little slices. No! Here we go. Yeah, I guess I'll sew them up from behind. I like it more how it looks like at an angle. Plus the pattern was vague enough about it that we can do whatever we want, so do whatever we want, we shall. Actually, I could probably just keep this and use this. Yeah, maybe if you knitted the other half. Yeah, well the thing is that I'm using small amounts of yarn for attaching these just because I know that if I want to knit another half, then maybe I could, but... Because if I knitted another half, then like I would have to take these off anyway, so... Yeah, I'll just stick with what I have here. Because again, the pattern doesn't elaborate on how it wants you to attach these, so I can technically just do whatever I want. It's just like, yeah, sew them on. Just sew them on. You know, with sewing. Here we go. That's pretty firmly on there. Almost lost that leg. There we go. Was that an arm? Okay, yeah, no, we still got all our pieces. We're good. And this is firmly on there. We're good. Here we go. That's him. There he is. One arm. Okay. We're almost done though. We're almost done. Just gotta sew on the other one. And the legs. Okay, real eggy focus hours. Gotta focus intensely on this. The music is helping though. Here we go. And okay, so we're gonna do the other one, I think the same way, kind of. There we go. Here we go. I feel like I've been quieter today. I feel like I've talked less today. If anybody is new here, I apologize. I usually am more talkative than this when I'm not trying to focus. I'm not trying to think with my brain, for whatever that's worth. Okay. Our like homunculus here. Whoops, that thread is... I'll have to cut that off later. Our homunculus here has arms now. And then, oh yeah, I guess the leg I can just like sew this on with this. I wonder if I should sew it should I sew it directly? I think I'm running into the same issue as the arms. Like, should I sew it like this? Like, kind of at an angle? Or should I just, like, sew it directly? Maybe if I sew it at an angle. Because I feel like it looks cuter at an angle. It looks a little cuter at an angle than it does, like, just flat. Like, it looks a little... Yeah, I think I like it better like this. I feel like if I just sew it flat, then it's just, like, boring. Here we go. So let me get some more yarn. Well, is this long? Nah, probably not. It's fine. I need to clip my nails, I think. I think my nails are getting too long. Or like they're getting too long, or at least I need, if I'm gonna cut, like not clip them, I need to like file them down to shape. Because it's one thing to have long nails, but it's another thing to have like long nails that are like not shaped properly. Because like if your nails are long but shaped properly, then usually you can work with them, but like if they're long but they're like not shaped at all, then like look at my thumb here. Look how the nail goes like blue. Goes like blue. Or like how like this nail here, like from the side, there's like a hook to it. Like this part keeps getting caught on stuff. So yeah, if it gets to a point where it gets too annoying, maybe I'll do that later today. I'll have to like file the, maybe if not, either cut them or like file them. Okay, so I'm gonna do it at a slight angle, just for the sake of cuteness. Because ChatGPT doesn't seem to realize that teddy bears are supposed to be cute. Coconail? No, don't call it that. It's more just like I haven't had time to care about my nails in a while. Plus they're all like different lengths, because I kept doing the thing, you know, where like a nail breaks so you cut it, but then you don't cut the rest of them to match, so it's just like, oh. Now they're just all uneven. Cool, love that. Probably just like put that through the stitch here. How does one program in cuteness? I don't know, just it's the little things, you know? But I guess cuteness is hard because that's like a very subjective thing. Like there are things that other people find cute, but I personally don't. Okay, just one more leg and then we're done. We have breathed life into this thing. But yeah, cuteness is... I don't know. I don't think any robots have mastered cuteness. False. EGGY is objectively. I don't think everybody would think it's objectively, though. Nobody can be objectively anything, I don't think. Like, there are things I've seen that are definitely designed with the intention of being cute, but personally I don't find them that cute. And there's things that are kind of like normal, but then we kind of like personify them. Or like anthropomorphize them, and then they become cuter, right? mean, that's been my experience. Yeah. I mean, I guess there are things like, you know, baby animals and stuff that were like, oh, it's a kitten. And they're like a baby cat. And we're like, oh, that's cute. And most people would agree that that's cute. But like, personally, okay, I don't find puppies to be that cute. Like, I think that some of the things that they do can be cute. But, like, objectively, just visually, I don't find them that cute. Like, but baby meow meows are cute. Yeah, your character design is pretty cute. I am a cute egg, I think. I did design myself I did ask to be designed this way. Be a cute egg. Cute eggy. But I think most VTubers are trying to at least some extent to be cute, right? Maybe not everybody, but like I feel like a lot of people. If they disagree, they're categorically wrong. They're incorrect about the eggy. Here we go. We finished him. What? Let me just cut off the excess threads, I think. Let's clean him up a bit. Give him a bit of a haircut. There we go. It's a little more tidied up. And this is what ChatGPT thinks is a teddy bear. There we go. Yeah. This is it. This is what we're looking at. Behold. AI generated bear. Does not have ears. Maybe I'll make him ears later. I mean, it's not cute. I guess it's a little bit cute. It has a little bit of soul to it. But I think it's just because of the face. I think it would just look kind of spoopy. I think it would just look a little spoopy without the face. It would just be like kind of like a formless. Yes, he is very handsome. It's cute. I think it's just because of the face. I think it's the human edition. It's because it didn't ask me, because it also didn't specify how to do the face. It just said embroider a nose and mouth using embroidery floss. It doesn't really specify how. So I think that was my own human addition to this. It doesn't look like a rat. No, I think this guy has bunny vibes. This guy kind of has rabbit vibes, I think. More so than bear vibes. But yeah. I wouldn't exactly call this a teddy bear, though, because he is, like, 100% flat. Like, even if I wanted to stuff him, like, how would I even go about doing that? Like, where would I sew on the arms and legs? Like, again, if I made 2 of everything, like, if I doubled the amount, like, I could maybe come up with something that's, like, big enough for that, but it still wouldn't be a good teddy bear. It would just be, I don't know, it'd be kind of a flat teddy bear, I think. I don't think it would do very well. Yeah, rabbits are generally rounder. I think it's just more the face. I feel like bears are usually kind of like I feel like teddy bears are very, like, kind of head empty, like, kind of, like, straight face kind of cute. And I feel like stuffed rabbits tend to have a little bit more energy to them. I think maybe because I gave him a little smile. I gave him a little smile. It's probably where, like, the rabbit energy is coming from. But yeah, 2D bunny. 2D bunny. Just flat. Again, I asked for, and I quote, knitting pattern for a small teddy bear. And this is what ChatGPT gave me. It did not, by the way, ears, there was no ears anywhere in the pattern. Like, it did not call for ears anywhere. Like, I think it forgot that bears have ears. If you set the legs on the head, it could be a bunny. Oh my god, you're so right. But then you wouldn't have legs. Then that'd be a problem. Have a body at least. Yeah, I might make him ears later. But, you know, I wanted to follow the pattern to the letter, and this is where it got us. This is where it got us. When's the egg merch dropping? You're gonna have to fund it yourself. I don't know, I might do stickers or something someday. I know I was also working the other night. I was trying to see if I could, like, come up with a pattern for, like, an eggplant. Just, like, a little tiny eggplant keychain. I can't say it was going very well so far, but, like, I don't know. I'm cooking. It's a work in progress. I want to make an eggplant. Also, I have no yellow yarn, so it's probably another issue. I'm trying to make a prototype eggplant. But yes, I think it for gore. It for gore. It for gore. It does not remember. Okay, so I just realized we're on YouTube. Yeah, also for gore the other side. Yeah, again, I think, because again, the original pattern was like, oh yeah, just sew it shut. But like, again, if you sew it shut, you're not going to have room for anything, really. Yeah, like I would have no room to put the arms and legs on. And even if you tried to like fold those shut, they would just become sticks, right? Like, it's not very teddy bear of it. It's not totally unworkable. No, actually it is unworkable. Like, especially when it got to the top of the head, the numbers just didn't add up at all. Like, it was asking me to do things that I did not have enough stitches to do. So no, I would not even call it a workable pattern. Maybe it could be edited into a workable pattern, but I don't think it can. Who are we gonna raid? I have no idea. How do you even do raids on YouTube? I have no idea. I know raids usually are like, it's only certain people, right? Maybe a crochet eggplant. That would involve learning to crochet. That would involve learning to crochet. Which I have yet to do. Maybe someday. Future stream idea. I learned to crochet. Yeah, like... There he is. I want to do... But yeah, I don't know if we can raid. I think we just call it off. I think you just end the stream, and then you guys all go home and find somebody else to watch. You go to edit stream. Tags, language and captions, recording date and location, license. You could raid Pecora, but isn't it like, you can't just raid anybody, right? Can you raid on, yeah, it's redirects. But I think it works a little differently, because I think for redirects, like, I don't think, most channels don't just accept redirects from everybody. Like, usually it's only from specific channels, I think. Good old manual raid. What, like I just put in like someone's Twitch link? I just put in someone's Twitch link, and that's it. Yeah. Edit stream in the stream. Yeah, I hit edit stream, but I didn't see anything about that. Maybe in customization? I'm not seeing anything about thumbnail, playlist, audience, paid promotion, automatic chapters, featured places, automatic concepts, tags, language and captions, recording date and location, license, comment moderation. Yeah, there's nothing in there. There's nothing in there about rating. Nothing in there about redirects. Yeah, I think it's, you can only raid the channel if it's enabled for you and everybody. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a whitelist. Yeah. I don't think you can, I can't just like walk in. I can't just walk in. Like, I also might not have it enabled. I need to look more into YouTube streaming, because like I've just been setting it up with like the bare bones, the most bare bones way. Yeah, manual raid for cross-platform. Let me see who's on Twitch, actually. Twitch.television. And let's see. KK Cyber's on. Let's see. KK's on. Brandon's on. Callie's on. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's okay. It's only enabled if you have 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, that's fair. Is Nyaru on YouTube? Let me see. I don't think so. Usually she doesn't stream in this time slot. Unless she has changed her mind. Yeah, I think she's not on until later. Like 8 hours from now. 9 hours. Yeah, she's not on until 10 p.m. So yeah. Maybe not. Yeah. I think Hololive has raised lockdown in general. Understandable. Understandable. That's entirely fair. I wonder if I could just like put someone's Twitch link in here. Yeah, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna... Okay. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is... Yeah, I'm gonna put KK Cyber's link into the chat. And then our raid message is just gonna be, I don't know how to raid from YouTube. Here we go. Showing me a lot of people from India for some reason. Maybe it's like Indian, like peak hours for them. Let's see. So I've put this in, and the raid message is, I streamed on YouTube, and I don't know how to raid from there. There we go. So I guess I can just show you my cool end card, and that's the best I can do. Here we go. Streamed on YouTube, but I don't know how to raid from there. Yeah. Here we go. You can raid on Twitch. That's true. I can just go into like, yeah, I can probably just go into, yeah, you're right. I can go into here, creator dashboard, stream manager. I don't think anyone's in my chat anyway, but I can write in like raid KK Cyber. Here we go. I guess this is how we're doing it. This is how we're doing it. Here we go. So the countdown is beginning. I'm back on Twitch tomorrow. I'm gonna do more Little Goody Two Shoes. We can just walk there. Yeah, just tell us when. Okay, yeah, it's counting down now. So, maybe like 30 seconds or so. That should be enough. Unless you want to hop into Twitch chat and you want to do, we want to do it from there. Just make sure she knows I'm rating from YouTube, or I'm gonna look like I have like 3 viewers. Yeah, I guess we're walking. Yeah, we're walking. We're walking. But yeah, offline raids are working. So yeah, I'm back on Twitch tomorrow with Little Goody Two Shoes. And then next week will probably be more or less the same as this week. I think that's all I got. That's all I got. Thank you for watching me complete my foul knitting experiments. Thank you for being here. And I think it's cool end card time, and then it's KK Cyber time. So thank you for being here, and bye-bye.